Set with the video? Okay. It is approximately 6 p.m. Would everyone rise, please, for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. This meeting is being video and audio recorded for cable broadcast and internet posting. Before we start with our agenda, I'd like to make a note to the public that additions have been made to our bylaws, to the conservation bylaws back in November, and has been accepted by the state. One of those changes is a fee structure for the commission. Abbreviated notice of intent of area delineations is a $150 fee made out to the commission. A notice of intent fee itself is $150. Now, that was in... Made out to the town of Dayton. Both of those include one site inspection. If additional site inspections are made, and usually it's because something is done improperly, it's going to be $50. So hopefully everything is done properly when the application is made. Amended order of conditions, which includes one site inspection, that's a $100 fee. A request to extend an order of conditions is $100. Request for a certificate of compliance, which includes one site inspection, $50. Replacement of an original order of conditions, $50. And after the fact filing, people who do work and get caught at what they've been doing incorrectly, that's a $250 fee. Now, if anyone here has work that's being done and has not paid their fees, the appropriate order of conditions or closing of the hearing will not be made until those fees have been paid. So we would delay your work until those fees are paid. Okay, now on to the hearings that we have at hand. To review, discuss, and act upon a continued notice of intent application by Carl Rebello of Bell Farm Estates on Milk Street and Council Way, Lot 17, Map 17, lots 109, 135, and 208. A portion of the work falls within the jurisdictional wetland resource areas. The file number is 17520. Weston and Sampson has provided a peer review. Are they here? Okay. It is our understanding that you have received the peer review from Weston and Sampson, and your review consists of 90 pages of documentation. Am I correct?
Say 9 pages of documentation? Was that 9?
90.
90.
Was it, Lisa, 90? 90?
Yeah, 90.
90 pages.
Your response was 90 pages.
Oh, yes, that was the inclusive app. I'm actually trying to remember. I don't.
Okay. What we're looking at is Weston and Sampson's review of your 90 pages going to require additional funding?
Yeah, so I believe the applicant has provided the additional, I should say, has he provided the additional, was there additional
If
funding?
he did provide it to the planning board, I know he was in yesterday.
Yep.
I think he might have provided it to them. That's
Yes.
something that her and I need to discuss.
Yep.
But there's no reason you can't present what you have.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm just bringing that out as a matter of fact, and certainly the realistic view that we won't be closing tonight.
Oh, yes, yeah, no, that wasn't our expectation
Okay.
by any means, yes, let's make that.
Okay,
Yep,
all right.
bingo.
You may continue.
Pretty much, yeah, to your point, that's exactly where we stand. We submitted our responses to their peer review comments back on, I think it was around, June 13th is when it was. So we're
Okay.
just essentially waiting for their comments on our responses to their comments they had. So the point of, tonight's meeting was just to get the commission's feedback on any questions, comments, concerns that you guys may have, so we can address it in tandem with any comments that Weston and Sampson will address. So nothing has materially changed from the plans. The only major plan change that really took place was just revising the cul-de-sac radius based on planning board comments, and that's
Yep.
nothing else relating to the layout has changed. So it's just really kind of turning over to the commission to see if they have any questions, concerns, comments about it, since we last met back on a few months ago at this point.
Yeah, no, I've
Can you-
viewed it myself and,
Yeah, can you go through those comments
Comments,
that
yep.
you responded to, though, for the record?
Yep, so for the record, comment one stated, a lot of it was related to like kind of more administrative type issues. The WPA form does not check off inland resource areas, we have done that. We provided revised WPA Form 3. Comment 2 was relating to the WPA form does not include a date of the estimated habitat of rare wildlife map used for the project. We provided that. Do you want me to go one by one? For each one?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Okay. I don't know if there's anyone that's more important than another. Comment 3 stated the WPA form does not include municipal or state check numbers. We provided that on the updated form. Comment 4 was the applicant notes that no septic systems will be within the 100-foot buffer zone. Additionally, no septics are shown on the plan. I think they were requesting that they make this an order, a condition to be added to the order of conditions, something to that effect, that septic system designs are not part of this. Comment 5 was the NOI narrative states that the applicant proposes 1,240 square feet of non-jurisdictional isolated wetland for road construction. It should be noted that the isolated wetland is not jurisdictional under the Massachusetts Wetlands Protection Act, but is jurisdictional under the Dayton Conservation Bylaw. We provided an updated sentence in our NOI narrative that states as such. Comment 6 noted the applicant proposed a 2-to-1 bordering vegetated wetland replication area. The order of conditions may include specific conditions the issuing authority may deem necessary to ensure replacement area will be function in a manner similar to that will be impacted. And pretty much just asking about guidance from the commission on that. Comment number 7, NOI states that the roadway construction will cross an intermittent stream via a 3-sided box culvert, but quantifies its impacts as altering 290 square feet of BVW. Applicant then says 290 square feet of alteration shall be shaded area only as no actual BVW disturbance is proposed. And they ask if the project proposes to impact the bank, the form should be revised to check off project involved stream crossings. The revised form should be submitted to the Conservation Commission. We note that the 3-sided box culvert has a clear span of 18 feet, where the maximum width of the intermittent stream channel at the location of the proposed crossing is only about 8 feet. The design and the proposed box culvert will provide more than adequate space on either side of this stream to ensure there are no impacts to the intermittent stream or its quote-unquote bank during installation of the culvert. Comment 8 noted the As-of-Venus wetland report did not include delineation of an intermittent stream. The delineation report notes that the F series is a BVW, and the NOI application notes that a portion of series F is an intermittent stream. In addition, the intermittent stream is not included in the ORAD approved on September 19, 2024. The applicant should clarify resource areas present on the site and provide a description of all proposed impacts. Our response was the plan of record is referenced on the ORAD, that is referenced is on the ORAD depicts this as an intermittent stream, and although the ORAD notes that the stream located with the reference wetlands are not included in the ORAD, any resource areas present on the site are depicted on this ORAD dated August 25th, 2023, last revised September 13th, 2024. This was utilized as the basis for the project's design, and again, this ANRAD was approved by the commission. With that said, the intermittent stream is not impacted as part of the project, and as the 3-sided box culvert is proposed to span this resource area as to prevent any impact. Comment number 9, stating if there's any, it was unclear if there were any impacts to the inland bank. Weston and Sampson recommend if the impacts are proposed to the intermittent stream on the site, the applicant should provide a discussion of compliance with inland bank performance. We were just making a note that to see comment response to comment number 7 there that we just went over. What else we got? The applicant should clarify if impacts are proposed to land underwater, given the stream impacts from the proposed stream crossing culvert, and if so, provide a discussion of compliance with land underwater. That was also noting our response to comment number 7.
Is that set? All set?
I mean, there's
No,
more.
there's more.
There's more. I mean,
Okay, all right.
You want me to crank through all these?
Yeah, we should go out through all of them for the
Okay.
record, sorry.
Okay.
I mean, you
Fine.
guys can take turns if you want.
Just want to make sure. I mean, it's like, just want to make sure.
I mean,
I'm fine with
Or
reading.
could we just take the written document and put
this
that?
is all written.
Yeah, we can put that as such in the records, without
Okay,
him reading everything.
sure, we can do that if you want.
It's a lot.
Okay, all right. You know, with what's, where it's heading, it's, you know, it seems to be quite feasible, and, you know, with a few more things to iron out, and that should be, you know, probably, maybe the next meeting even, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what we're expecting, Weston Sampson either providing some comments or, getting the checkbox from them, like, hey, yep, we reviewed it, we're all good. Obviously, it's ultimately to the commission to approve, deny, with other conditions, so that was
Alright.
kind of where we're headed.
Okay,
I have a question
Yep.
for you. Because you're gonna be working in, a public drinking water supply area.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys get any letter or anything from Somerset Water?
We're working on that right now. That was the same comment the planning board had, and we're in
Yeah.
talks and correspondence with them to get that letter to provide to them, and probably, CC you guys as well. So that is,
Okay,
yep, we are corresponding with them.
okay.
basically, a letter stating that they don't believe that it will impact
Yep.
the water supply?
Yep, bingo.
Okay,
Okay, okay, our next meeting is August 28th, so you know it's a change from the third Thursday.
Yep.
In this case, here to the 4th.
I believe Paul should be here anytime, and I know he had some comments on this. So, I don't know if we can just table this for a few minutes until Paul gets here.
Okay, is that satisfactory with you?
Yeah, I'm fine
Okay.
with that.
Okay, I don't know if you have much more to add to it, or we'll just, have a seat, and then when Paul comes in, we'll see what his comments are.
Yep, that's fine.
Because he is covering for us at another meeting for a bit.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yep, so I'll wait till he gets in here then?
Yeah, it shouldn't be long, it's usually 10, 15 minutes, that's about it.
I'm fine with that.
Okay, do we have a motion just to
Take it out.
delay this for a few
Table.
minutes then, and until Paul comes in?
I'll make a motion to delay.
Is there a sec, all in favor? Okay, we'll see you shortly then, we'll call you back. Okay, next is a request for determination of applicability from Nina and John Morrow of 1070 Smith Street, map 10, lots 15 -02, for an after-the-fact filing to widen an existing driveway, place gravel for parking, relocate existing shed onto new gravel area, construct retaining wall, construct playground, restore disturbed area with a conservation seed mix, redirect roof drains into a subsurface drain pipe, and reloam and seed.
Good evening. Will Connolly, Zenith Consulting Engineers for the record. So the site is 1070 Smith Street. There's a couple BVWs on site, one to the north, one to the south. There's been some buffer zone disturbance. So the plan in front of you tonight is, to my understanding, the agreement that the commission and our client came to in order to rectify the situation. So I'll go ahead with what's being proposed. So the buffer zone to the north, we're going to be doing some mitigation planting with wetland seed mix, approximately 6,500 square feet. The buffer zone to the south, the same thing.
I have a question.
Yes.
The wetlands itself weren't really affected, it was the buffer zones. So I think we gotta
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Whatever you feel is best as far as, yeah, as far as plantings go.
Okay.
And then we're gonna have conservation signs placed along those, the planted areas, which is to remain as a buffer zone. The existing driveway is also gonna be expanded about 2 feet to be 12 feet wide. That work is almost outside of the 100-foot buffer. We're also proposing a 12-foot wide crush pad landing area so that the homeowners can park their camper on. The existing shed to the rear, which is currently within the buffer zone, is going to be relocated. That shed's on blocks, so they're just going to relocate the shed.
And they're gonna relocate it to the area where there's a car now, right?
Yeah, so to the back of that garage.
We're actually gonna connect them,
Okay.
because one of the board members that was with us, he recommended that, so we're gonna put the big garage connected with the shed.
We're also proposing a retaining wall along the driveway. I believe this area has had some issues with erosion, so they're proposing a retaining wall along the driveway there.
So should we just clarify, because it's not really a driveway, but it's like the backyard that turns into a new cart path, so, kinda just wanna talk about the existing gravel path. How wide are you gonna keep it?
But you recommended it,
So was it like,
50 by whatever.
no,
Or
I'm talking about
the path that goes through to the back.
Oh, no, that's gonna be stopped right there. I'm not extending that.
Okay, 'cause
So that's
When
just
you
gonna
were
remain
there
as
that day,
is.
you see where it stopped? I'm gonna put a gate there.
you wanna show us on this?
So when you were walking towards the backyard, there was a garage, I'm gonna put a fence right next to the deck.
Oh,
So people can't be peeping in his backyard,
So-
because that's what's happening now.
so between the house and the shed, you're gonna put a fence?
Absolutely, because people
Okay.
are driving by and just kind of stopping and peeping in his backyard constantly.
Okay, so, but like, the plan shows an existing gravel path, and he's calling it a driveway, I just wanna kinda reiterate.
Sorry, yeah. Yeah, the gravel path that goes through the back.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're just gonna keep that like 4 feet, or
Oh,
how
that's
many feet wide?
probably less than that,
Okay,
just like a little path for them to get back there.
okay. Yeah, so that's about, cause right now it's about, right now, it's probably about 5 or 7 feet wide.
That project is not gonna start this year, the back. So, we're only doing the front yard this year, just because of the time of the year.
So you're gonna leave the shed there this year?
Absolutely, there's just, I have too many projects going on. I'm in the middle of building a new dealership in Seekonk, so
Okay, yeah.
there's only so much I can handle.
Yes, I understand.
So the front yard is what's gonna be done
Right,
now, actually, the extension of the driveway, the gravel path, putting all the shrubs in front of the house and the drains, because the water just keeps coming into his house.
okay. So are you gonna do any Caltech system or something like that?
I believe we were just planning on daylighting it into that low area here. I know Niall spoke with the DPW, and they were okay with it. So there's kind of this little low spot in here that drains into a catch basin.
Right.
So the plan was just to daylight the gutters into there, and then
Because when you guys were there, he went there and he said that was fine.
I'm just making sure the other commissioners kinda understand what's going on. So the
But the
area,
DPW did say that whole side was a stream at one time.
so it used to be a stream.
And that, now culvert doesn't work. So we're not gonna do anything with that, we're just gonna leave it filled in.
I have a question too.
Okay, yeah, we'll do public input afterwards, but, so what we agreed on in the field was the wetland 2 series would reestablish beyond, the tree line actually is a little different than what he shows there. See, he shows the tree line, that's a proposed tree line with the conservation signs along it. And Nina was
So right now, they're just mowing it, and that's what-
Right now,
We're not mowing it
Where's the
anymore.
base of the?
Oh, okay. It
You
was,
said the day you were there.
We were
you
there,
need to
Tony
stop
was
mowing
there,
it.
and it
great, so,
And that stream hasn't been there, because I looked at pictures of that house, and that stream hasn't been there for a very long.
Well,
right,
even the DPW, when he was there, he said it was a stream.
Yeah, but I'm just telling you.
It doesn't matter how long, it's still, if
definitely-
it was ever there, it matters.
so we're gonna keep the culvert, DPW wants to keep the culvert. You're going to reestablish it so that it's connected to the DPW. Should we have any, it's not a flood zone, I'm not really completely worried. If it was a perennial stream, I'd be really worried, but now you're an engineer, right?
EIT.
Okay, so what's your take on that, pushing more water into that cover?
I mean, with the amount of area you're talking about, it's probably already getting in there anyway. If you look at the contours, it's all gonna end up in that low spot one way or another. This is just a way to direct it away from the foundation.
This is just gonna soak in too.
What's that?
Is this a new top in this area, after they filled it in?
This is, I don't know when it was done.
So this is existing, so this is new to, I mean, it's been, yeah. The date is 6/9/2025, so.
So was this top done, was it, it wasn't? To the original,
It wouldn't have gone back.
no?
No, so this would be, current conditions, what's there now.
So I guess the main concern is that there isn't gonna be too much water into that area that's gonna overflow the drive, the street.
That's gonna take an awful lot of rain though to do that. Most of the rain is just gonna sink into the ground.
Yeah.
There's two culverts that go across Horton Street, that go into the back of that shed that's in the middle of the wetlands.
Yeah,
There's two culverts that go across the street, and I checked them out yesterday. That's what, I was one look, that
Yeah.
stopped and looked. And those, culverts go right in there, and then it used to go around that whole house, that section. Now that whole thing is filled in, so that water now is backing up on the other side of Horton Street.
It's back in my property.
It's backing on her property.
At this point, because DPW doesn't have any real concerns, I don't think it's a concern, like a major concern, but I understand if it was new development, this house was like a new proposal, and there probably was something wrong.
You know, the problem that I see is the house next door is getting a lot of erosion because it's building up higher with water, because the water's not flowing across the street the way it used to.
Well, that's a DPW issue.
Right, but it's because they filled it in.
Yeah, well, the road's there too, the road filled it in.
No, this whole area was filled in. They brought in tons of dirt.
and how long ago was this?
Over the last 2 years.
Last few?
Last 2 or 3 years, yeah.
So because the backyard, they created septic, they had to,
You put a new septic system in?
no. The previous owner must have put the new septic system in.
The previous owner owned the house, I think, 10 years.
Okay. So, I mean, anyways, do you have any more, and then we should open it up to public comment.
Yeah, I'll finish with just the last couple things. We're proposing a little playground area to the rear here, in the backyard. As we just talked about, the roof drain, which is, we're proposing to daylight out into that low area.
And pumping the basement out too, right?
There's already a pump there.
So the pump is gonna be pumping into that, from the basement, into the same drain.
That was what Niles had discussed with us in the field.
Okay, that's
They have
the-
a pipe going across the yard now
Okay,
from the water.
yeah, so it'll be pumped into that and then,
Yeah. And it's not something that we usually allow, but we understand there's an issue with it, you know, because ultimately it's
But it was
drained.
already there when we bought the house.
I understand, yeah.
and then there's just some proposed landscaping in the front of the house here. And then I know there's a lot of disturbed areas out here, so basically, all of these disturbed areas are to be loamed and seeded, and stabilized. So, I think that's about it.
Ma'am, how long have you owned the house?
A year.
A year?
Well, we bought it in March, my son moved in July. So, we bought it just the way you see it, just the trees here that are cutting down. That was all we did. But that little river that everybody keeps talking about, it wasn't there when we were even looked at the house. And I looked at how pictures of the house when it was bought 10 years ago from the person that owned it. There's no creek there. It looks just like the pictures I see now. So.
But the DPW told you that there was.
I know that, you told us that already, you told me that when we were at the house, but I'm just saying that, I just looked back, and we're pretty much, just that side where you guys keep saying there's a stream, that's dead land to us. I'm not maintaining it, I'm not looking at it, it's pretty much gone.
So,
Yeah,
you wanna open it?
yeah.
And I'm
Oh.
disturbing it,
Okay, let me open it up to public comments.
I know she commented that she doesn't plan on disturbing it, they already done plenty of
Can
disturbing.
you
A little
just
bit, your name,
state your
please,
name
and,
address for the woman
Live
taking?
at 2137 Lincoln Street.
okay, so you live across the street, or, okay, and, okay, and again, your concerns?
So my concern is, so we requested to put a shed in our yard and it was denied. They're doing the exact same thing. They filled an area where it was wetland. The shed is being moved there, if I'm not mistaken by the picture that you just showed.
So it's not in the wetland, it's in the buffer zone for the wetland.
It's in the buffer zone.
The shed that is existing? That's in the wetland.
No, it's not. The wetland's right here. That was all buffer.
That's not what I've been told by neighbors. And there was a divot also that was filled, and now the water's not flowing freely. So now that's backing up into my property, and I'm having a water erosion.
So the water hasn't got a place to go and it's floating up into this trench or gully or on the side of the road. And now this is filling up and it's overflowing into your property.
Correct.
And to what degree? Is it significant or?
It is significant.
Through the culvert, you mean? Is this?
Through the culvert,
Culvert's
yes.
off.
Okay.
They lost almost their whole backyard.
Yes.
It's all caved in, and they have about 3 feet off of their house.
We're gonna- we're gonna-
This is the one we visited the porch, Lisa?
Yeah.
The one we visited the porch,
If
okay.
you look right on the side of their fence, chain link fence, that's where that pipe used to, well, is, but it's been blocked for however many years, and now all I can keep washing
If
that
it-
bank away.
If it's been blocked, then,
It's blocked from their side.
is that something that the street
So-
department has to open up?
That's DPW.
Well, no,
Yeah, so-
it used to flow around the house, so they fill that middle in, so it now doesn't go across the street and flow around the house anymore. So that's what's happening.
That existing 12-inch culvert right here,
Yeah,
Across Horton.
that's right across from them, correct?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so I thought just off there.
And then the other one down a little bit, the street a little bit more, and both of those
This one here lives
do
over
not
this.
flow like they used to
So,
anymore.
okay, so this water is gonna go that way, down to the river.
And this, that isn't doing what it's supposed
Nina, do you
to.
plan to plant any trees?
And then like I say,
At
they
all?
So
did,
it's,
Cause they
would it
soak
go
up
up
a
with
lot
just
of water,
debris?
that's why I
Can
asked.
that be
I
opened
spent
up?
enough money right now.
It's a DPW to open it up.
Right.
All right,
There's a lot going on there, so.
so if we get the DEP to open that, clogged
DPW.
DPW, oh, okay, sorry. DPW to unblock that clogged pipe, that would be an improvement.
Oh, it's not blocked, it runs from this side of the street to that side of the street, and then they filled it in, so it stops. It goes and stops,
Has nowhere to go.
nowhere to go.
Yeah, there's nowhere to go.
The pipe is
Okay.
open, so
Okay.
it's nothing to do with the,
So we're on
DP.
the west side
Yeah.
of the pipe, so,
Yeah, you're on the
so it
high
has nothing to do with our property. in that case.
It used to
Okay.
go around and go all the way down
He's
through.
saying it's a different watershed, it used to go across Smith Street.
Gotcha.
Okay.
But, I mean, that's,
Well, then let us continue here
I
then.
went across Smith Street, I hunted that land for 16, 18 years. It went across, Smith Street, and then it went across Horton Street, and then went around their property, and then went in back of what used to be Steve, I can't think of the last name, but it went right through his property, which is all streams and everything. It just, now it doesn't, because that middle section is now, filled in. So there's nowhere for that water to go around, so they're getting drowned in there, and then they have, their backyards get wiped out.
okay.
And they have to fill out all kind of paperwork
So
and
I guess
everything
the
to get.
question is, do you guys want them to file a notice of intent for this, or can we stick it?
No, let's just try to take care of it here and, you know, without them paying additional fees or whatever, both, I mean, what has been done.
So this is an after the fact filing for the shed and, but I agree with you, we don't need them to file a notice of intent.
No, I'd prefer,
Because Niles and I agreed in the field that this would be the way we would take this forward.
okay, can we finish here on Smith Street and then I think,
I think we have a few problems. I think maybe because the house should have gotten, did the house ever come before conservation? Did we have some house?
I don't recall, you know, I mean, it was so different with no full-timers.
Right. We don't have
I've been on the
any
commission for
full-timers now.
almost 50 years, and it was like coming home from work, you're getting a phone call at work or something, and you check something out, or no one got a phone call, and it just went on.
Yeah.
And,
Jack, there's a brand new deck back there, and
I was
nobody
just
ever
gonna
came,
ask about that.
nobody ever came here for, to find out if that's okay.
but if someone just does it and no one knows about it on the outside, that's what happens.
Right, it used to be a little tiny deck,
No,
now it's
that was the
gigantic.
size it was. That was in existence.
That's not on the pictures online.
Nothing's on the pictures on.
You know,
It's
Bob,
right here.
if you put a deck on your house, who's gonna see you do it?
Really?
No, but I'm just saying that, and this is what happens.
Yeah. See, this is the original picture of that property.
But wait a minute, this is Horton Street or is this Smith Street? Okay, let's take care of, we're on to Smith Street, let's,
This is Smith Street.
That is Smith Street,
This is
yeah.
1070 Smith Street.
And the deck is all the way across there now.
Now, as we went there, we went on site, the whole entire backyard is a deck.
100-foot buffer zone, and the whole yard with the green line on the plan is the 100-foot buffer zone, so.
This is the deck.
this is the deck they're talking about. Okay, but now that's outside the 100,
I needed
so it doesn't come under us anyway, if that's outside the 100.
No, it's in the house.
What?
you
Here's the 25,
Sorry, my
50 is here.
She's not gonna be able to hear.
50, I mean, it's,
So, the after
gotta
the
be
fact filing, did it include the deck repair?
I do not have any knowledge whether it's, the deck was built or not prior to,
That was built with a permit, that was checked out with the building inspector.
I might have even signed off on that one, so that might be on me. Because if it was an existing deck in the same location, I probably would, and didn't
Yeah.
require any fill, I probably wouldn't have required it.
But it's a lot bigger. A lot bigger.
You're requiring us to get,
Yes,
to do the
but
whole
you're
property.
different, you're within the 50-foot, Linda, it's completely different.
looking at the map here, it appears without me taking out a rule, that it's actually either at the very edge of the 100-foot, maybe even out of the 100-foot.
It's pretty close, yeah.
It's very
Can you tell us?
50,
The
because
deck?
here's 25, and that's from this corner right here now. From this corner. So that's 25, 50 is here. So that could be 100.
Yeah.
Could be 100.
When you go on the street, the culvert is right there, and it goes in here and not a block all this. It used to go right
because
Yes.
we're holding them up
It's
until
on
you,
us.
if, could we, Lisa said you had comments on for them.
Are they continued or are they?
No, they're here, that they're
Yeah,
right
so
here.
so the question is, should you have included it? And I think at this point,
They already gave you a speed. Okay, well, okay.
because it's, right, the pool's not there anymore. So, but because it's on the plan now, I think we can just accept it as part of this filing. I don't think we have to require them to file again. The question
I-
about the drainage being an issue, I think we should just look at the whole problem is that we didn't have staff. A lot of houses were built, I'm sorry, but both of your houses were probably built without permits. So now,
That house should have never been built on that land.
right,
Correct.
so
And
this
I
is,
regret buying it, and I'll be honest with you.
I'm
we're
with you
probably
too.
just going to finish the project and put the house on the market,
But I guess my question is, Lisa,
because I'm just disgusted.
and I don't think I'm making myself clear enough.
And I'm with
The drain that comes across the street, it's now stopped. She's getting destroyed.
But is the water that,
Nice.
is the, but how is the road pitched? If the road is pitched in such a way, the water's not gonna go across the street, it's gonna go down the street to the river.
It does, it goes across the street, what happens, it fills up on my neighbor's yard, and then her yard, and as it fills up, it goes across the street, and then it goes through Steve Adams' yard, all the way down Steve Adams' yard. There's a brook that goes all the way down
Yeah, I
out
know
to.
that brook.
Yeah, so, yeah, you know Steve Adams' property. So it always went into there, now that it's stopped, I'm not saying rip it all
Okay,
up
but
and
what I'm saying
recreate
is
the
if there's
world.
a berm on the road, that water, instead of crossing the street, instead of flowing across, it's going to up, and then it's gonna go down the street, most of it.
Right, it only pockets in that little spot that they left, that all the rest is filled.
All right, you know,
So,
you know,
can
I
they
have
put a
to say that,
drainage pipe around?
I don't think we can do anything about it at this point in time.
So they couldn't put a drainage pipe through there to get to the other side, so it doesn't block up?
Well, that would that would be the.
So, if I may,
watershed analysis, go ahead.
yeah,
As you-
I believe what they did was cut trees down, right? Is that,
And fill, they put a lot of fill.
Well, the fill isn't theirs, but they bought the fill, yes, so it's not theirs.
but it was there prior.
Right.
So they just cleared trees. So I don't
They
think,
still-
Okay,
They cleared
if-
trees and put in a shed and put in some fill next to
Okay.
the shed.
What shed?
Another shed.
That shed was already there.
Well, they moved it, you moved it.
No, that shed's been like sitting there since I bought it, like a lawn ornament, in the middle of the yard like that. Yeah, it was never connected because the guy who bought the house 10 years ago dropped dead,
put a culvert
and the
across
house
the
went
road.
into probate, and the
there.
girl continued
It's there.
on letting
It's there
stay
already.
in 10 years.
To,
So
to,
the
to take
shed
out the.
sat there.
Got it.
Like even when I went to
just
go look
pocket
at the
free.
house, the shed was out there all
Pocket
by
right there.
itself in the middle of the.
That's why she's
road.
losing all that land.
Well, we appreciate you moving it, and just for the record,
Well,
that shed is not in
Oh,
a
I'm actually
wetland.
sure that
The
it goes
wetland
from
edge
our
is
side
where
of the
it's
street,
flagged and where it's
across
shown on the
One of
plan.
my
her
neighbors
side,
had mentioned.
and down through Steve Adams.
It's
And
in the
even,
buffer zone.
Well, she should go look
Tom,
at all the
went over and looked at it, he's like, water always came this way. And he's like, why does this all block up? So he came and looked at it. So he knew that the water came.
Yeah, okay. All right, I'd like to approve this here. And then we'll,
I think the only concern I have is about the seed mix that they're proposing at this point, and to let them know that any additional work you do in that yard, structures,
We're not doing nothing,
Cutting.
I told you.
grading, I know, I
We're
know.
done.
I'm just saying,
I understand you're saying you're not doing nothing, but your son might be doing other stuff that you're not aware, because
But
we
the
have an
3
issue.
acres in the back, he can go up there. There's no
That's fine,
wetlands
but
out there.
not
Lisa,
during all day.
Is it a Rule
He can.
3
No, we know
for
there's
the
no
RDA,
hours
negative
of-
RDA?
His son doesn't.
Oh, yes, he does, 9
The
o'clock. He
cops,
goes high school.
the cops were there recently,
Jim,
so I'm just telling you.
Nothing moved.
I don't care neither.
you guys can take this up after the meeting, I'm sorry. Yeah,
This is
it would
only
be a
a
negative 3.
I'd like to, you ready for a motion, Mr. Chairman?
yes, please.
I would like to propose a determination of negative applicability under Rule 3.
So moved.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. You're set.
Just give me, when the determination is ready, just give me a little time, probably next week, but I have 21 days, it wouldn't take me that long. And, does Niles propose any erosion controls for this project at all, around the wall at least?
We have a silt sock detail.
Okay.
I don't know if we were showing any.
It's to the far right, there's the diagram of it.
All right, I'd like to bring back Bell Farms and see if there's any questions here that Paul has for you on Bell Farms.
You don't have any building permits in the process right now, right? Okay, you're all set.
Right now, we're just gonna move that now.
When it's ready, I'll give you a call or
Yeah,
something.
when we hire the landscaper, I'll meet with them.
Okay, that's great.
He already gave his spiel.
Okay, I'm not prepared for in-depth questions tonight.
Okay, no.
I haven't had an opportunity to review the Weston and Sampson peer review yet.
Well, he was going over everything, and most of the things that they had already addressed, but their rebuttal was 90 pages, so Sampson and Weston have to act and do comments on
He
theirs.
hasn't provided us with another review, but he just went through their.
Oh, that was their address code, the 90-page document? Okay, gotcha. So I'm in the process of reviewing that now. I haven't had a chance to read through it all the way. I apologize.
Just wanted to table it in case you had any other.
Okay,
Gotcha.
you're all set then?
Yeah, thank you. I'll
Okay.
have better questions once I've had a chance to properly digest the full
Okay,
report. Thank you
a
very much.
motion to continue Bell Farms? Oh, okay, all right.
David Kelly, CEC. The 90-page document, I just want to clarify, so it's not 90 pages of comments, right? There was an eight-something page response letter. The 90 pages is all the calculations, the plans, and everything that's attached.
Okay.
So it's all the appendices that go with it. So it's not a 90 pages
Okay,
of
documentation,
comments. So I just want
okay.
to clarify that.
Yeah, that's good to know. I was wondering where this 90 pages came from.
Eight pages-ish of Weston Sampson's comment, and then our response, and then included in that document
Okay.
are the stormwater calculations, the supporting calcs that Weston Sampson requested, and revised site plans, et cetera.
Okay,
So-
so,
I do have one question, Mr. Chairman.
go
if
ahead.
it's Okay. How did you make out with the planning board regarding the road elevation waiver?
So they are deferring everything to Weston Sampson. Weston Sampson did not have any issues with it. We just need to get back before the planning board because, again, we're waiting on Weston Sampson's response to our response on the planning board comments, so.
Gotcha, because one of my areas of concern, I guess, is that if the road elevation waiver, that's, not where the stream crossing is, but there's the stream that runs alongside the road on that,
Down here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that little stream is on this side and it flows this way.
Right, which my concern, if the road elevation waiver is granted, if increasing that grade is gonna increase the amount of runoff going into that stream, which could have an adverse impact on the abutters that are further downstream, that was one of my concerns, you know.
We're actually reducing it because the road is capturing now this, right, from the center, from the road over, that used to come this way, is now going into the road, into the drainage system, it's not flowing this way, so it's actually, reducing slightly what's going to this property.
Wasn't there a culvert somewhere in there?
yeah,
that's
right there.
down
Right
here.
there. So if that box culvert is
Oh, our box culvert, our proposed box culvert, way up here.
up there, okay, was there another culvert down further?
There's one under here, under Milk Street.
Okay,
So we're not.
you're not involved with that. And you're capturing the water from, you've got the surface area of that road being collected and taken up to, okay. All right. Yeah, so it's reducing the impact on that,
And we're on the
yeah.
the uphill side of it anyway, so.
And, has there been any input from the Somerset Water Department? Because I know that their aquifer is basically a stone's
That
throw.
was brought up by the planning board as well. Planning board wanted a letter from them.
And I asked for it too.
And she just asked for one. We've been in talks with Chris W., I can't think of his last name off the top of my head. And upon initial review, they don't have any issues. They're just finalizing a letter with Wright Pierce is their consultant, and they told us they'd have something within the next day or two.
Thank you,
And they basically don't have any concerns, so.
thank you.
Welcome.
Okay, so we'll continue this until August 28th. And everything, everything should be in order between you and Weston and Sampson and,
Correct, yes. And we meet with planning on the 20th, so in theory, perfect world, we should be,
Okay,
we should
very
be here with
good.
2 thumbs up.
And I would like a presentation at our next meeting from Weston and Sampson. So if that wasn't included in that estimate that was provided, I'm gonna make sure it is, just so you know.
As long as whatever, I guess I would just ask then, but however we're handling financials, you know, client will take care of that as long as Weston Sampson is progressing and not waiting on the funds to transfer before they continue or finalize their
Well,
review.
as
I
long
just-
as they have money, they'll keep
Yeah.
working.
Yeah, I would just ask that we could, anything we can do, if there's something to that effect, that we could help push that.
Yeah, to streamline that, at a previous meeting, the commission did authorize Lisa to accept the proposals on the commission's behalf in those interim times so that she can request funds from an applicant without requiring them to wait till the next meeting just to be told that.
Excellent.
Okay, all set?
Thank you, everyone.
Okay, is there a motion to continue?
So moved.
I'll second.
Okay, motion has been made and seconded. All in favor? Aye. Okay. Next on the agenda is a notice of intent application by Shaw's Boatyard for a storage building and appurtenant structures. They have asked for a continuance to August 28th. Is there a motion?
Motion to continue to August 28th.
Second.
All in favor? Okay, request for determination of applicability from Jane. Okay, would you say your last name for me, please? Again? Okay.
Jane, can you just come up to the podium? Thank you.
Kalashnikov, okay, for a proposed shed 100 feet of, within 100 feet of bordering vegetated wetland at 977 Stone Gate Landing, map 9, lot 4.
That's right.
How you doing, Jane?
Good, how are you? Yeah, so we just wanted to put in an 8x12 shed. It would be, you know,
I have one too.
Okay.
She did have Silva Engineering provide her with this because she had been working with them anyway, but,
Okay.
yes.
yeah.
Okay,
And I have more to add with it.
8 by 12, you said?
So it's an 8x12. It would be about 16 and a half feet away from the edge of the bordering wetlands. But the distance from the wetlands to the house itself is only about 47 feet. So there's not much room really to play with. I guess it's a fairly narrow lot too, so we're asking to put the shed closer to the property line. It would be about 3.8 feet away from the property line. But Elisa has notified me that it was also a comprehensive subdivision, which I didn't even know. So I guess that changes things a little bit, and to my understanding. The shed would be on existing lawn area, so we wouldn't have to take any trees down. You know, we're not putting any concrete in, like we wouldn't really be touching the land itself. Just simple shed with some gravel to level, you know, just the slope of the land there. And we did reach out to the zoning department, and the building commissioner did confirm that their bylaws allow for a reduced setback for sheds that are less than 100 feet in size. So he had no issues. He said, we're good to go. We don't need a relief. Obviously, he would need an approval from the Conservation Commission. And if we do get that today, then they would just give us a building permit, and that would be the process there, so.
Okay, so, all right, 8 by 12, you said you don't want to put your lawnmower in your bedroom, so that's a good
Right.
idea to have a storage shed.
Right.
So the area of the 25 foot, where the shed is going is existing lawn.
Right.
The lot's really small because it's a comprehensive subdivision. Otherwise, I would say no, but in this case, I feel like those houses, they need a shed.
Okay.
They're small lots,
There's
small
no garage
back.
too, so there's really no storage space.
Yeah.
Okay, any questions from the?
When was your house built?
2 years ago, so 2023.
Yeah.
Okay,
Would we want to talk about maybe placards?
Oh, sure. yeah, good idea.
Is that something we wanna think about?
Yeah,
I'm fine with the shed, personally, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm fine with the shed, I think it makes a lot of sense.
I am too.
And just maybe to let the next owner someday know that there's a wetland there, that way they don't accidentally go decide that that's where they're gonna do something else.
Sure.
The placards are just posts with a little placard that says that it's a wetland resource area.
Oh, okay, yeah,
And,
yeah.
Yeah.
would you be open to a couple of those, maybe either at the 25 or?
Yeah,
Putting those in? Sure.
25 would be in the middle of their yard, though.
Yeah, it's like literally in the middle.
Well, you,
At the edge of the wetland?
The
At
edge
the
of the
edge
tree line
that-
where the
that would-
rocks are that we, when we were back there.
Yeah.
Just that edge.
Yeah, then it's not eating into your yard.
So I would put that in? Is that what we're saying?
So,
Yeah, just a post, you could do a metal post, wooden post, whatever looks best to you, and they're just little placards that
Gotcha.
go right in.
Okay, yeah, we can do that.
I think they're 3 inches in diameter.
like two posts and two placards, you would have to choose the posts and install them, but we provide the placards for $1 a piece.
Okay, yeah, sure.
As
That
you've,
seems very doable.
as you've probably already seen just in the course of a meeting, we experience a heartbreaking amount of folks who don't know that they bought a wetland.
Sure,
right?
sure, sure.
And it's one of those, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure kind of things, so.
That's fair.
Okay, looking for a negative determination?
So moved under Rule 3?
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, you're set, so the only thing you're gonna have to do is put the blankets up and,
Sure.
okay.
Thank you very much.
You don't need erosion controls, because there's no earth disturbance to this. Just,
Okay. Okay, thank you.
and
Take
I
care.
will be in touch with you this week when that's signed.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay, next is a request for determination of applicability from Fernando and Glenda Aruda for proposed repair and expansion of deck within 100 feet of a bordering vegetated wetland at 2134 Horton Street. That's map 7, lot 26-1.
I gotta find the file.
Weren't these the emergency repairs that we?
Yeah, this is,
Last meeting.
I thought they were all set, no?
the land slopes,
Yeah, she's probably just gonna give us an update.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I did everything you requested. Certified mail-in, the abutters
okay.
with that. I paid the Taunton Gazette and
Okay. Okay,
Did any of your neighbors have any concerns?
okay, I was there, I guess several members have been there. Okay, you're gonna enlarge your deck, you're gonna bring in some loam or something and, grass it in to keep it stable.
correct.
And, because you'll have probably a hand cemented, pad for your stairway.
Yes.
Yeah, it's gonna be a foot
Yeah,
on the stairway going down on the landing.
yeah,
Yeah, we're just gonna extend the deck because we have no other land there. So that's what we're
yeah.
gonna do, is gonna fix
Yeah, it's just,
that.
well, you're not gonna be bringing in cement trucks is what I'm saying.
No,
You're just
no,
gonna
no,
mix a few bags of cement and.
Right, it's all by hand.
And the two trees, one tree you're gonna cut and one you're gonna trim,
It already has been done.
already done?
Okay,
And then the restoration area, her and I, before the meeting, Glenda and I were talking about it. It's establishing, but we'll keep it on till the fall just to make sure that it's looking good.
yeah. I have no problems with it, for a negative determination. Anyone else?
No?
Okay, is there a motion for a negative, is there anyone in the audience has questions? Okay, is there a motion for a negative determination?
Propose a motion for a negative determination under Rule 3.
So
I'll
moved.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Sorry. It's all good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll let you know when it's ready.
Okay, we have a request here for a certificate of compliance on Hot Street Improved NOI regrade of the existing ditch. That's all along the Hot Street on the western side of Elm. Oh, we have someone, okay.
Yeah, figured I'd present. Tyler Drew with Beta Group. So the work was completed at the end of last year. I took a visit to the site in January, and we noticed there was some erosion on the swale. So additional riprap was added in a few spots, and as check dams downstream of a couple of culverts under the driveways where erosion was noted.
Yeah.
And I think the only other alteration was a concrete pad below the called a rain guardian. I think it's a catch basin to provide some additional protection.
Okay. Anyone have any questions?
Do you have a plan to show us?
No, but I did submit hard copies of the
No, I
mock-up
just
plan.
can't find it in all my.
I think we've been on Hot Street enough.
Sorry, guys, I don't really know where it is. I think I left it in the office. But I did do a site visit, and it looks 10 times better. There was just one little small washout. Everything's established.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Everything's growing in. It looks beautiful. One little washout area that Tom and I talked about, but other than that, are all the neighbors happy with it?
The one neighbor I spoke to, yes, he's very happy with it.
Okay, looking for a motion to issue a certificate of compliance?
So moved.
Second?
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
I should have it this week.
Okay, great, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, let me just,
Let's take
before we
them
go
out
on
of
any
order.
further,
Yeah.
you're here for,
The dam.
oh, okay, all right,
That's where you
let
look
us
familiar.
just,
In a while.
you enjoying yourselves then?
We're good.
Would you like a motion to take them out of order, Mr. Chairman?
Sure,
So moved.
okay, motion made and, to take you out of the order.
TV so we can do a presentation.
You have to talk to them about that.
You have the thumb drive. USB drive? Slight delay.
Wait a minute, did you break that dam with your foot? Did you kick it?
I learned the lesson not to drop heavy things on toes. Again.
We've all done that.
Yes.
You have to be reminded every so often.
Collect hammer occasionally. Yes, broken and split. So
Let me save that piece of steel. I don't put my foot on it.
it's actually a speaker. It works. So hopefully that pops up.
Should be the only thing on there, so it should be easy to find.
There you go. Okay, maybe, I hope you all.
Okay,
So,
the dam is right next to the railroad bridge there? If I-
no, this is up off Elm Street. This
Oh,
is.
okay, the big, okay, all
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah. So, for starting out, oh, beautiful, you can click. So I'm Bruce Thompson, I'm with DeMaximus Incorporated. I act as Zeneca's, what they call their independent project manager. I'm the project manager for now the Muddy Cove Pond Dam, that's on our agenda, as well as the cleanup work and investigation that's going on at the site. So we're here today to really just introduce you to some upcoming activities that we expect at the dam. We're gonna be back in front of you for other permits and so forth. So the goal tonight is to introduce you to what's going on at the site, and then talk about the seep that we have at the dam that we're managing, and then a little bit about what we need to do as we're planning for, ultimately, we intend to probably remove the dam, but that's a future decision. So if you can click the next one. So, I think you all know better than I've been involved at this project, I don't know, 15 years now for Zeneca, but, you know, it's right in the middle of town. It was completed in 1950. It was a non-contact cooling water supply for, 1950s, I think that would have still been ICI, it may have been Hoffman.
Hoffman, maybe.
Ronald Hoffman back then. Yeah, Ronald Hoffman. And so they permitted and constructed it. And then, the current owner is Zeneca. Zeneca took over from ICI in the early nineties. Zeneca never really operated at the site. They kind of took it and then have been spending money since. Yeah, and we have some non-trivial stones. So it no longer serves a purpose for us, right? It's an impoundment. We've been in front of town council or board of selectmen and realized that this impoundment is a artifact for the community. We know, from our point of view, we would call it trespass, but we know there's been ice skating and recreational use on the pond since it was constructed, according to a former first selectwoman at our last meeting. So we realize it's there. From our point of view, 2 years ago, we do routine inspections. We do all of our reporting through Division of Dam Safety. There's a lot that goes on with that. But fundamentally, what we found is a seep. So a seep.
Okay.
Water flowing through the dam structure. And that has triggered a lot of input on our side. So the dam is undergone its inspections through Mass DEP and DER. It's not in, what is it, it's a medium hazard?
It's a high hazard dam.
High hazard dam, sorry. And to bring it into full compliance, there would be additional work, have to widen the spillway, there's a lot of other things. And Zeneca has no use for it. So I'm the project manager. This is James Barbas with Geosyntec, our engineer, who's been looking at these. So basically, that's what has prompted us to get here. Can you go to the next one? So you can go back to the data. Back up one. So, the wet areas that you would see along the side of the road are basically the seepage coming through. And seepage coming through earthen dam will start to erode out. It will start to take out more particles, and eventually it would undermine it. So as soon as, actually Geosyntec did an inspection, said we saw a seep, we lowered the stage of the reservoir, right? We dropped the level down a couple of feet, which reduced the amount of pressure pushing water through the seep. So it was like an emergency response to deal with that. And we started monitoring the monthly. We get down there when we see major rain events, and we put in some weirs so we can monitor how much seepage. And really, by lowering the stage behind the dam, we reduce that pressure, address the seepage, so we don't see an imminent hazard. Right? We're not worried about the dam failing. We've addressed the seepage, but we're on to the next step. Yes, sir.
So you've lowered the column of water behind the dam, and now are you below the spillway, or you're still even with the spillway, or is that an adjustable spillway?
Yeah, so the goal is right now is we're monitoring rainfall and trying to keep it within a foot of the top of the spillway. So right now, if you went out there, the low level outlet's closed.
What are we talking about seepage?
Say again?
How much seepage are we talking about?
So you can see in the picture here, this is the seepage coming through.
Yeah, well,
So from a flow perspective, that's
let me explain.
yeah.
I did Jim's Pond Dam. I was brought in to do Arrowhead Dam with GZA.
Yep.
I did Jim's Pond Dam, so I know a little bit about earthen dams, and I know the spillway will have to be increased dramatically
Right.
if it was to be upgraded.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and Arrowhead Dam was seeping in about a dozen places.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and so this is where it's not critical, but we did see an increase. I think the big piece of that is, we've been monitoring this for a while, doing monthly inspections, and then we saw a noticeable change in the spring of 2023 in that season, and that's what kind of raised the bar. This has been noted on plans for a while that this is a wet area, but we actually saw flow coming through the embankment. We actually saw the flow in the seep. It was clear. We didn't see muddy, but that kind of increase kind of led to the increase.
An appropriate concern. That's how I treat it.
Where is this on the list with the Army Corps?
Sorry, what?
Where is it on the list with the Army Corps? Are they involved?
No, they're not involved because this is fully private. I mean, DEP, we're working with ODS, right? ODS is involved, but the Army Corps has no.
I've had,
For people that don't
I've had-
know,
Yeah.
Office of Dam Safety.
Yeah, Office of Dam Safety, sorry. Office of Dam Safety is our primary regulator on this. So when this happened, actually we activated the EAP for the seepage, and then we've been working with them since then. But Army Corps of Engineers hasn't, well, we've engaged them for, studies and things like that from a sediment standpoint. But they're not engaged on the dam safety side.
not involved in this yet.
Yeah.
Right, they'd be involved in future permitting for whatever we do, along with a long list, arm's length list of other permitting authorities. So I think the message here is we reacted, we lowered the impound stage, the seepage reduced, and at this point, we track like storms. Like if we see a major rain event come up, we'll come down and open the bypass valve, lower the impounded stage, just out of an abundance of caution. So, to kind of close out this phase, this has been our ongoing management to keep the
Right.
existing dam safe.
Yeah.
Is there a reason why you can't leave it open and let it,
Well,
Will it-
we'll get to that.
Yeah,
all right,
That's a part of the plan, and
yeah, future step.
yeah,
Go ahead.
future step.
Let us get there.
But
No, go ahead.
in the meantime, this has been kind of our interim plan while we talked with Zeneca, we did our evaluation to figure out what was the long-term plan, recognizing that we didn't want to make a massive change and draw down and
How
until
long
we
do
had
they,
that.
how long do they think that will hold up?
I mean, this is where we're not.
Probably as long as you'll be around.
Yeah, I mean,
You think it'll hold up that long? I didn't know if that dirt would
Oh,
keep
it's
washing.
not-
No, so.
There's leakage, but it's not that bad.
right.
Okay.
Yeah, lowering the amount of water,
What do you mean, you think I'm dying early?
Hey,
but by dropping the amount of water behind the dam, it reduces the pressure.
Right,
So it
right.
doesn't have the oomph to push through, which is why the amount of water tunneling through reduced.
All-
Yeah.
There's a saying, all dams leak, right?
Right.
All earthen dams have some seepage through it. This one, if we saw muddy water coming through it, it would be lowered and we would have been in front of you a long time ago, right? That is the concern, and that's why we're out monthly after every storm, making sure that we don't see
So
that.
that's what I should look for when I drive by.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you see that, please call us right away.
Yes,
What?
So this is our short term, once you hit the next.
Yeah.
So, a couple of other thoughts as we look at this entire project is the site, so the zone A there on the left, that's our impounded area, that's the watershed behind the dam, and then across the former facility is all in the 100-year floodplain. And, the issue here is not so much that, you overtop the dam, this area floods from the Taunton River, kind of backs up. But it's a large area, and in the emergency response plan, right, the nightmare scenario, dam released, you would have that down gradient zone probably inundated, which is why we have an emergency response plan. Go ahead. So, you guys work with regulations all the time, so we've got our own through 302 CMR. And so the Office of Dam Safety, we basically have to either rehabilitate it to meet standards or remove it. Up front, at this point, we see removal and restoration as the best play because, again, on behalf of our client, they have no use for this. And we have a risk, right, in terms of having an impounded area that we don't need to insure. I'm not sure how the citizens view. But so we think the benefit of removal would be obviously, increase public safety, reduce the potential for upstream flooding. As part of the remedy work, there's another dam, it's called the Americas Dam, it's in the middle of the site. That's gonna come out as part of our remediation. So we were out there with some of the fisheries folks, so we would end up just with a bridge at 134 needing some kind of a fish ladder, and you would restore a herring reef. So I think that's useful. The clients view the area behind the dam could become open space, right? That's a question for others in town government, and we've offered that up. But that's part of the view. Overall, we think changing it out would improve water quality. There would be some retention. Big issue is reduction of liability and long-term side, the actual, so let me back up. The Muddy Cove Dam and the impounded area is not impacted. It was sampled by the town probably 8 years ago. This discussion came up with my former client. And we're actually getting ready to go gear up and do some additional sampling. So materials that are behind the dam are clean. We're not worried about sediment, contamination, or other things moving down.
No blue water, no red water.
No,
green water.
Or more, as I think I talked to folks that, the dye emissions coming out of the stacks were more, it wasn't, maybe it was the watercolor too, but I know the air colors were interesting in the past. But so in our view, we have some schedule issues with EPA on the RECRA side and tracking what's going on there. We're expecting that may slow down. But we still have we have a book of work, and we'll be back in front of you for wetlands permits when we do that. But our vision in terms
You
of.
may get some resistance, not to cut you off, but you may get some resistance from the residents in the town. They like the dam.
And that's great. If you owned it, if they owned it, we'd be all for the recreation. We're not all for the trespass. We're not all for the amount of money that we spend on maintaining the little box, right?
But you own it, though.
But does that mean we have to pay for people to damage and trespass it?
How are you saying they're trespassing?
People
Because
that
of
are
what's on
swimming
there.
and jumping off the
They
tower
were-
into the lake that we've had the police come by?
Front page of the paper the
The
other
ones
day,
that cut
this
the
guy's
fence
diving on.
every summer?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're into tens of thousands of dollars a year just in fixing fence.
Every month in our inspection, we know that the fence has been cut.
Well, not in the winters, but.
Well, not in winter, but in the summer.
Spring.
The fence around the spillway is cut, and we have someone come out and repair it, and the next month it's cut, and
We understand, right? We understand this thing's been here 75 years.
Yeah, I
It is
mean,
a-
everybody just skated, fished, and partied out there.
Actually, there's somebody looking for the papers. In order to put that dam in, they had permission to put it in, but when it's no longer in use, it's to go back to original. So that's supposed to be an open field with a small brook through it. And one of the ladies that probably could have told us just passed away, Mrs. Rose, Betty Rose. But
Yeah.
there's another person in town that's seen the papers and he's trying to find it.
That'd be great.
And it was repeated to me many times through ex-selectmen, my own mother, and all of that. No, it's,
It's a huge
that was
liability.
built
Yeah.
with the intention that when it was not in use, it's to come out.
So, I mean, I get that there will be pushback. I think that's a
Oh,
separate
big time.
discussion.
Well,
right?
I get phone calls, and it's like, what are they doing with the dam?
Yeah, yeah.
And I get phone calls
They
like.
can't take it away,
I
they can't
get-
take
I
it
get
away.
phone calls like, hey, it's coming up on 4th of July, can you guys mow the path? I'm like, no, not for that purpose, because there's a risk, but separate issue. So in our vision, right, we're looking at the permitting process to remove it, and we know we've got other hurdles. Just clicking through, we're not that worried about, sediment transport, we can do this in an engineering manner. At the end of the day, the rehabilitation of the area, right, it could be, big vision would be, you could turn this into a very nice open space.
Deer hunting.
And I think Seneca would be very open to digging it over and giving it to the town at the end of this process. The rehabilitation, the wetlands kind of mitigation, how do we restore it, is certainly a discussion item. It could be a very nice open space with a stream going through it, which is part of what James's design is. But again,
sure
that's a bias that we have to go through with everybody else.
Still a bad way of
From your
fencing.
point of view, I want to tell you straight up what we're thinking.
Yeah, no, that's good. This communication is good.
Okay, I have a question. One of the items, I've been on the 3 Mile Fisheries Committee for herring.
Yeah.
15, 20 years and we can't get herring to move up that river. Dropping them off way up and hatchlings never come back. Now, okay, there's another dam near the railroad tracks?
So there, I wouldn't call it a dam, it's part of the railroad abutment, and there's probably a 3-foot jump.
Right.
From
Okay.
Muddy Cove,
Okay.
which is down by the river,
Yeah.
to get over that spillway, if you will.
Okay.
And that's where Zeneca used to have what they call like a hurricane,
That was
gate.
Yeah.
Hurricane
But
Gate.
I actually don't think that was to keep hurricanes from coming up, I think that was to keep water on top of Muddy Cove,
No,
the
that
impounded area
that
behind.
was to stop what they could from coming back in because they didn't want to have interference with their buildings and all.
I've also heard that before they covered the encapsulated lagoon, the big frag area right by 134.
138.
38, sorry, wrong town. But that there was odors, there was other things coming out of that lagoon area. That
As
was-
a- as a
that
young-
was in the
You could
70s.
you could tell what they were making. All you had to do was go there
Yeah.
and watch the color of the water. They'd be making bright green, bright yellow, bright red. You know?
As a kid, being driven through that area to go to the beach in the summers, my brother and sister and I would all hold our noses as we drove by there. It was that bad, the smell.
I believe it, right. So, my background is, I've been managing and cleaning up those big, an investigation of big, like Superfund sites, big record sites for the last 34 years. Just what I do, and I run New England for our company, so I unfortunately heard the same stories about other industrial areas in the past, right? We're now in the program to go after them and go be able to go clean that up. And this is a single party with Seneca. We covered, sediments, we don't see the existing dam because of its impounded areas doing a lot of flood reduction benefit. So bottom line, we don't see changing this out is a major impact. Can you hit the next one? And you may already be familiar, it sounds like you've already been involved in other dam removals, rehab type projects, so, James found,
Yeah, this
Go
is
ahead.
Holmes Dam. In Plymouth, they did, through this watershed, they removed about 8 similar kind of impoundments through there. One of them, Holmes, is kind of similar. This is across from the road. And this is actually a Google Street View, so this is what it looks like now. That's not a rendering. And this is, pre and post. So the idea would be something like this, let Mother Nature come back, create that meadow, open space, recreational area potentially, however the town wants, but allow it to be, the recreation aspects of it be transferred from, water, aquatic based to more terrestrial and permitted. And then here's another close-up view of it. Of what it could be. And then this is just a very rough rendering, very early rendering of, kind of how, it could look like in the end. Where we're at right now is we're kind of in the early phases of some permitting aspects, so we are working with the Corps on getting, we're going to do some sediment sampling. We've submitted our sampling plan to them, and waiting for their approval. DEP's already approved the sampling plan. We're really waiting for the Corps. We've gone out and done wetland flagging around the border of wetlands, so we understand that, collected the survey.
There was a question earlier about lowering the stage further.
Yeah.
I do expect we're back in this fall, probably, with a proposal to lower it and basically let the margin grow right around the edge. So eventually, whatever the decision is, rehab or remove, we're draining it.
Yeah.
At which point we'd have a big old dust bowl. And, I have 2 projects in the field right now. Dustin's controls are really hard. So the thought on our side is lower it and maybe you get, 20-foot swath around the edge that grows in and stabilizes so we don't have as much to control in the future.
The other benefit,
Sounds logical.
the other benefit there is before we go to construction, we can let some of the seed bank that's in the impoundment grow in, and we can see what invasive species we have. So we can get a head start on invasive species management before, on the back end,
So So I have a question.
Yeah.
In your experience with these other dam removals, have you noted, like very unique ecosystems coming back in those areas?
you see.
Cause it's sandy substrate, right?
Right. So in this one, it's gonna be a little different, right? What I'm really anticipating is it looking like on the north side of Main Street, right? The Main Street Bridge where, you have that riparian
Shrub.
area, nice riparian area,
Meadow.
That's what I think this is gonna grow into over time. And that habitat is gonna migrate down and, through that area.
In the photo on the left,
Yeah.
is that duckweed or is that, what's the green? Is it algae?
Oh, in here?
Yeah.
That's algae.
Wow.
And this is just the straight Google Earth picture, so you can see the water quality issues from this.
So that green, see guys in the water
Yeah.
along the edges, algae blooms.
But if you look at it from, there's a Google Earth photo from last October when it was in the drought, and the water column is, you can see really bright green within the water column as well. So the lake is very shallow. So even, we're talking like 3 to 4 feet in the upper part here. So that's where last October when we were in the drought, all of this was exposed.
How about it at the dam? How deep is it at the dam?
That's like 14 feet.
14?
The deepest it gets is about 14 feet.
Which is why folks jump off the spillway.
Wait,
Right.
oh, they're jumping
Yeah.
off the spillway?
Yeah, that's one of the main places you can swim is right here.
Get out beyond the riprap.
That's,
Not
There's
recommended.
also an area that's has decent depth. So we've done bathymetry on the entire lake, so we have a really good idea of what's under here. And kind of right around this area, there's a low spot that looks like it has the potential to be really great wetland once it's all drawn down and restored. So
They just did this in Warren on Schoolhouse Road, and it now, at first, everybody hated it, now it looks fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a scar, like, for years.
Yeah, they hated it for the first year or two, but now it's all grown.
I'll also say from our point of view, client has said, we're trying to work with the community. So if we went towards this removal option, right, we're all ears on how do we make this as flourishing and vibrant a wetland as we can, or restored area. And to your point, we do excavation on lots of Superfund sites. I've done wetlands mitigation and hundreds of acres, and on our side, we end up with a handful of purple loosestrife, and I mean, it's
Just
insane.
don't let knotweed come in there.
no.
But, so
You want now, I thought you wanted
we're
everywhere.
sensitive to trying to make the perfect little donut hole in the world of invasives. But that's part of the game, though, right?
Honestly, my bigger concern is the Phragmites patch that's right here.
Where is it? Oh, yeah.
So it's already there.
Are you guys gonna cut the seed heads this fall? That's a good idea.
Well, I think we have to look at the proper survey. So we've had it all surveyed to see what we can do, and that's part of, where we're at right now is kind of.
What is your time frame to get this project?
We probably have 2 years of permitting.
3, okay.
Yeah, so on my Superfund sites, it's great because you don't need state, local, or federal permits to do anything that you need to do. You satisfy EPA. This is a recro site, and the dam's not part of the site. So we are in full permitting mode, starting with you all and then moving up through state, feds, whatever we need to
We're
do.
going to go with the ecological restoration pathway with DEP. So I think right now our schedule, assuming, and we're at the mercy of some things like the core, right? The core review, we don't know how long that's going to take. But, I think schedule-wise, we're looking for construction 2027, so a couple years out. That's an idealized schedule.
That's real good, because the average is like 4 to 5 years.
We get it, yeah. But again, we're spending what it takes to do this interim measures. And, kind of, as somebody mentioned earlier, the longer we have the high risk, the longer you have the risk. If you can abate it, generally the vision is let's take it off the table and try to find, you know, a win-win outcome. It won't be seen as an immediate win by the folks who are currently at Waterfront, but we'll try to make it something they can live with.
And we have the Department of Environmental Restoration and Office of Dam Safety got this. Office of Dam Safety is fully on board. They want it off their list of things that they have to manage. DER, this falls right in their wheelhouse and what they really try to do. I mean, I think the real goal is we recognize it will be a change, but we want it to be a positive change for the community and something that, you know, this is why we're here early and not just wanting to throw NOIs and permits in front of you and kind of talk through it ahead of time before we get to all this stage. Is you know.
Jack, if that paper showed up, would that change the whole outcome?
Yeah, because it's gotta come out of there, Jim.
So if
I
that
mean,
paper,
it was, you know, I'm not a lawyer, but if it was signed and approved,
Wouldn't that be on the deed?
it should be on the deed, well, I don't know, because, Arnold Hoffman, they go back to like 1870 something. You know,
When you,
but,
when was that dam constructed, anyway?
1950s.
1950, it was built when I was born, April.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen the RFP and the bid estimates that Zeneca still have, or ICI had in the file.
Yeah.
You know, they kept almost everything, they haven't found the deed yet.
Yeah, no,
They
I mean,
offered
I
me
would,
the
I
dam
would say, you know,
They offered me the dam and the land that the pond is on. I bought Elm Street from them,
Oh,
and I know that area very well.
too well.
I don't know how many parcels will be there, it
Well,
would probably be on a deed, maybe.
yeah, I think it's gonna be, and the other point is Zeneca's already offered some parcels just, north on Main Street
Yeah.
that are up in your open space
You know,
area.
they actually
So
surround that whole piece.
Yeah, well, and the
That-
vision of the
and then
walking trail
Then they
is
go around it.
right in my client's mind as, you know, that would be a good outcome, is trying to get recreational.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not gonna say we can run trails across the Recreation site, the main plant site yet. But, you know, as Jay said, we like coming in with a vision, so connecting, recreation from the river up, you know, up through the Zeneca site and across this, up into any other walking trails would be a good use.
Few bridges and.
Do something. So anyway.
All right, you guys all set?
Yeah.
We're all set.
Okay.
Any other questions?
No,
Okay, we really
we'll see you
appreciate.
next time, whenever that is.
We'll be back. We
All right,
appreciate
very
your time
good.
and interest. Thank you.
Good. Bring some herring with you. Bye now.
Claudia just,
house on your foot.
their colleague just provided all the slides in an email. So I'm gonna see if maybe the town will put that on the website unless it's already on there.
I don't think it's on the website.
Okay,
Yeah.
But yeah.
thank you.
Okay, very good.
Give you the flash drive
But
if you
yeah,
like.
the flash drive would also be good.
You can just leave it with her.
That's what I'm
Got the
doing.
final one.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, thank you. I put it right here.
Okay.
I'll take it if you wanna give it up.
Do you wanna give it up?
What?
The flash drive?
I mean, you can have it. I mean, at
Okay.
this point,
We have
I
one.
can get more.
Sounds
Yeah.
good, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, next on the agenda is lands that have been, have received enforcements. 2371 County Street, map 20, lot 65. It was a proposed mitigation plan by North Country Group.
You wanna do the update?
Yeah, this was back in March 28, a plan was proposed to us after more than 2 years of problems with this property. And at our April 17th meeting, we reviewed and approved the plan with conditions. On those conditions, there was a 2-week starting time to begin.
Sorry, did anyone hear the beeping? It keeps going off occasionally.
I did hear a beep, yeah.
Yeah. Does anyone know what that is?
It's not me.
Sounds like an alarm.
It's been happening in every meeting. I have no clue what it is. I think it has something to do with the ACs, but.
Sounds like that box right there, the $5. Sometimes the batteries are low.
Ah, maybe. Thank you, sorry.
Okay, let us continue here. That was, the project to rehab the site was to begin within 2 weeks. That was part of the conditions of approval. Here we are 10 weeks later, and we've been getting all kinds of excuses. It rained too much, someone hurt their hand, this happened, that happened. And yesterday, we all got an email, I don't know if you people got it as well, saying, well, they were gonna look at it this afternoon. Well, to be honest with you, I'm fed up with all these excuses. This filling in over 2 years now and just delay. We have issued a fine in the past, a great deal of money. When the plan came in, we suspended the fine, the daily fines. Now, 10 weeks later, after the plan was approved, it's still not started. What I would like to see is well, we're gonna have discussion on it anyway, is a motion to reissue fines starting next Wednesday. That would be July 24th. If work has not started to rehab the property. And those fines would continue on a daily basis at $300 per day until the project is completed. Now, I'm throwing that out. I would like it to be discussion, and then if you decide, someone can make such a motion.
Well, I'll start. We've been discussing this over and over, every meeting, for how long?
2 years, over
At
2
least.
years.
You know, I mean, I'm all for it. Let's put the fines back in effect if they don't start the project in 2 weeks. That's my opinion.
Well, now, we're giving them a week to begin. They've had 10 weeks already, 10 weeks, and we're getting more excuses. And I'm not, Lisa, do you know exactly how that wording was yesterday in the email?
Yeah, we have email.
Do you have, they were gonna bring somebody out to take a look at it,
I'll read it.
okay?
I'll pull it up.
Maybe,
How would that work? Do we,
You guys were copied on it.
I think an email to the lawyer, to the developer, and to the landowner.
Well, I won't be doing that until Monday.
That's fine,
Okay.
but they had 10 weeks to begin it, and we're just getting more excuses.
you know,
All right,
the
here it is.
certified letter would have more impact?
And more legal.
Well, it
Okay,
has,
so it wouldn't be the 24th, then it would be, we'd
Yeah,
have,
you'd push it off a little bit,
yeah,
30th,
could be.
you know.
yeah, a certified letter could take, if I draft it Monday, which would be what date? I don't know.
1921.
Okay, so if I draft it Monday and send it out Monday, could be a whole week before they get it.
All right, so,
Or we have it sent via constable. It could be delivered
It
Monday.
doesn't sound like they're gonna move too fast anyways.
No, okay, yeah, constable would be, good, and they could deliver it right away.
Yeah.
And email and email all three, the lawyer, the applicant, the homeowner, and Northrop, I think that's what they said, let's see here.
Okay, so this is what the letters,
Three more now.
this is
Okay.
what the email said from John D'Souza. He copied DEP, he copied, everyone here that has an email except Bob isn't on there yet, and Matt Coster. Lisa, we have staked out the hay sock. Well, I hope he's not using hay, because we haven't used hay in a long time. It has invasive species. Straw sock, hopefully. Location at 2371 County Street. We will be there tomorrow afternoon to go over a few questions the contractor has asked. Once the hay sock is installed, we will email everybody for the inspection before work begins. And for 880 Hart Street, I have attached photographs that I took for the stakes that were put in this past Monday. The owner will be starting to install the new cow pen post this weekend. I will be sending progress reports and pictures next week. I mean, so there's progress on 880. I'm not sure about.
Well, okay, what we would have to do, would you, or us, several of us, go out and see if work has started? The way it sounds, he hasn't started anything. They went to look at it. That was supposed to have been done 3 months ago.
Yeah,
Yeah, I thought he had a contractor at that point.
yeah, we were told that.
We were
Can you
told-
backline him?
This is why I can't believe what he says anymore.
Can you backline them or no?
No.
No, I wouldn't do that.
What about what if we were to propose a motion to send an email to the attorney, the engineer, and the resident, and then memorialize the email in a certified letter? That way they get a certified letter and they get the advance warning ahead of the mail, informing them that we will reinstitute fines in the amount of $300 a day
In the event,
if they have not confirmed that work has begun by July 31st.
Or that work, that physical work has not begun. And I'm talking about the rehab of the property.
So if
Rehab,
they have
not
not,
just, I don't wanna see, one hay bale out there. I wanna see, actual restoration work being done.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going into the dry season, so if it's gonna be done at all, I feel like it's gonna be done in the next couple of months. It's not gonna be done in the winter, it's not gonna be done in the spring,
This is the perfect time.
yeah. So if they have, so send an email to all and memorialize it in a certified letter. To reinstitute fines $300 a day if they have not.
Actively begun restoration.
There you go, I like that, actively begun restoration.
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion?
significant amount of
Bye.
work by a
Oh,
certain
by
date.
July 31st.
Significant amount of work performed by a certain date, or accomplished.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so what's a significant amount of work?
Well, that's up to the board. You know, that's sort of,
Yeah,
you know, significant, 20-25%.
right. So
Can't do 5%.
begun restoration by 7:30 and wanna say, and a significant, additionally, it is expected that a significant amount of work will be completed by September 30th, I don't know. Cause that's the dry season, or,
Yeah.
Or you just put a minimum amount of work of 50%.
Well, I'm a little hesitant to put September 30th in the mix, only because they'll stretch it out, and they're gonna be going backwards if they leave it,
yeah,
if they leave it open or work done, they may have some setbacks, you know, especially if you get a trench of rain, you know, that's,
I know. Well, how about this? Keep it as Paul stated, and then we would also like to see a copy of the contract between the contractor.
do that.
With,
Of course.
with, timetables to complete restoration.
Beautiful.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, some sort of a,
I don't have to, I don't
from the
care-
contractor.
I don't have to know how much he's paying. that's not.
Right.
Yeah, we don't need to see the contract. We need to see his.
We need action.
Yeah, project schedule.
Project schedule for
It's
completion.
project schedule or critical path.
Okay, see the project schedule.
For completion.
Yep. Sounds good.
Okay, so now, all right, let's work over
We
that
want to
that
give them a
motion
date.
then.
We would also like to see the project schedule for completion
Of restoration.
of restoration. We would like to see this by
Immediately.
7:30.
Yeah, by 7:31. That gives them till that Thursday.
Okay.
Jack wants it by yesterday.
That way, if they don't find out until Monday when they get the email, they've got a full 2 weeks to.
Right. So
Okay,
no
so that would go
const-
by email and then by police courier or,
Oh, okay. Yep. Or certified.
no, certified, he can reject that. He's not gonna reject a door knock by a constable.
Yep. Okay. Sounds good. That's pretty easy.
Okay, let's go over the motion again.
It's right here. I don't know if you can read it, but
Paul, it's,
please read it. Sorry, guys.
Cursive,
It's half cursive. Chicken scratch.
I'd like to propose a motion to send an email to the attorney, the engineer, and the resident, memorialized in a letter to be delivered by constable, stating that we want to see the full construction schedule for completion
no, we wanna see work started.
and active substantial restoration to have begun not later than July 31st.
It's good.
So moved.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
I'll work.
Sorry, Lisa. It's better than mine.
okay. So that's, July 31. Okay. You did say, the fines would start, right?
Yep.
Okay, so the fines would start as of that date.
Okay. Can we take, out of order, can we take public input for the meeting?
Sure.
Okay.
Motion to take public input out of order.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Public input, okay.
Yes, so we have some laboratory results that were provided to us.
Oh, yes, we looked at these together, right? Yes. Yep.
The lab results, go ahead. Start at the beginning.
I took a sample of water that's runoff from the wetlands at the back of 2651 Pleasant Street. It was standing water on Birch Street. That's runoff from his property.
And that's the, is that the property with the birds?
No, yeah, the birds,
Yes, okay, just making sure I
yes,
understand correctly.
Okay, the ducks or something?
yeah,
Okay, all right, I'm down near the river. Okay, I'm there. My head's there now.
okay. It came back positive for E. coli. Now, it's been a week, it's been over a week.
Came out positive for coliform, I believe, too, right?
Yep,
Yep, I saw that too.
yep. We need to do something about this. We got people that live down there that don't even know that that water is got E. coli in it. And it's supposed to be wetlands.
Okay, I for one, and because everyone will have a chance to speak. If ducks weren't there, they would probably be wild, or friendly ducks, let's call them that way. Wild ducks or geese. I don't know where this truly falls under our jurisdiction for conservation. They are not altering wetlands, they are not filling, digging, removing, whatever it is. to me, it would be a Board of Health issue, because of, you know, we don't deal with E. coli or
You don't
whatever
deal with
with this
disease.
board.
Diseases. Right.
I understand your concerns, but the commission is wetland. Okay, now, I'll let others chime in and either agree or disagree with me, whatever, but I really think it's a Board of Health issue.
And they've done nothing about it. I have nowhere to turn. Nobody's
Board of Health
helping.
hasn't done anything.
No. They just keep saying, well, we can't do anything about it.
How long have you brought it to their attention for?
This has been going on for like
Have
at
they-
least
have they seen this
8
report?
years.
Have
Pardon me?
they seen this report?
Yes.
Do you happen to know if it's on the agenda for them to discuss? I know that they have a meeting next Thursday at 2 PM.
At 2 PM. People
I believe
work.
the 24th, I believe, is when it is. I know
That would be,
yeah, that would be that Thursday. It's the 24th at 2 PM. They also are accessible through Zoom. And,
Yeah,
if
she's
you,
not gonna do Zoom. I mean, she's like me, she's not gonna do Zoom.
I mean,
Or Jack, right, Jack? You don't do
Yeah,
Zoom.
I don't do that either.
Listen, some older
Okay.
people are more tech savvy than me, so I don't know.
at the very least, I would,
I really think that is gonna be your best bet, to go there, talk to them, and fire away and saying, yes, that is their, issue, because it's a health issue.
Either that or
And I
get
did.
a hold of the state and, just tell them you're not getting any satisfaction in the town and you've had it tested and there's a result. So, you know what I mean?
And, you know, and that water is running off of your property.
Actually, maybe if you get a hold of the Department of Agriculture, right over here at the Aggie School, go over and tell them there's a problem. And let them
That's a good idea.
muddle through some of it and tell them, you know, you've got the test results, right? E.
Yes.
coli and whatnot, so stop over there and see what they got to say.
I guess, like,
Don't you think
I
that
was-
would be an emergency?
I would think so. And if you'd like to provide us a copy of the test results, I actually will be attending the
Says we
Board of.
have it.
Oh, perfect. I'll actually be attending the Board of Health meeting on Thursday, so if you can't make it, I
it's
can't, I can't.
Tuesday.
Oh, it's Tuesday?
Wait,
I thought it was Thursday the 24th,
Tuesday
no?
on Tuesday,
Oh, is it Tuesday? Oh, I
hold on,
apo-
let me look.
not unless they changed it.
Tuesday's the 24th.
Oh, Tuesday, I apologize.
Oh, no. Thursday is the 24th. I was looking at last
Oh,
month.
all right.
Sorry.
I don't apologize.
they just keep telling us, oh, there's nothing we can do, but it's not their neighborhood. We got a lot of people that live down there. And sometimes in the summertime, when it really starts stinking down there, they can't even turn the air conditioners on because the smell comes right through the air conditioners.
How many birds do they have for pets?
When she was,
About.
when she was asked that in the meeting, she said about 100.
Oh, 100 ducks?
Yeah, we're not talking a small amount. That's what the problem is. That's why I even tested the water, because it was just
Right.
a duck here or a duck there.
Yeah.
But it's a concentration.
So my other concern is you guys all have public water, right? So
I
no,
think so, but there's some old houses down there, so I don't know.
there might be some people relying on a private well. And then the other question I have is, what if you wanted to grow vegetables?
Right? The people should be informed at the least. The least. And it's been a week and the Board of Health has done nothing, which is wrong to me.
If,
Have they visited the site at all? Has the board visited the site at all?
Yeah,
And they say that there's nothing they can do?
yeah.
Was it this board or
Was it,
not?
yeah, was it,
Because they say it's a right to town, it's a right
Right
to
to
farm.
farm.
yeah, that,
But
that's
that,
for commercial agriculture only. That has
Correct.
nothing to do with
they
personal
don't wanna hear
homesteading.
that. They don't wanna hear it.
Maybe attending a selectmen's meeting as well and informing them that, of your attempts to deal with the Board of Health. You know, I mean, really, I wish we could, but you can see what we're dealing with as far as, wetland issues, and, you know, we just don't,
Yeah, well, for that one, I know that they have built that garage, and we asked them to pull the coops outside the
Yeah.
wetland. We asked that owner to also leave the wetland, to no longer cut it anymore, and it doesn't look like he is, but I believe that the defamation is maybe stunting the growth in there. So that might be an issue for us.
I recall correctly, we asked for a couple maples too, didn't we?
Oh, yeah, a couple of trees were planted, yeah. So, I mean,
Where that water doesn't dry up, he's put a fence and that's where all the ducks are. And it's just,
are the ducks enclosed at all?
as far as I know, yes.
They are.
I do believe that this state has regulation on manure discharge. Most states do. You can only spread manure
Yeah.
certain times of
who
the
would be
year,
in charge of
in
that?
certain areas. Like I say, it might be worth, if you wanna talk to
That's
the
a good
Department of
question.
Agriculture, they have a division over here at the Aggie School.
Yeah, the Mass Department of Public Health as well,
Yeah,
someplace you
and
could
you
call.
know what I mean, it's, they're involved with the agricultural part, not to throw somebody under the bus, but if that's what's happening.
But this is recreational. Is this commercial or recreational?
Recreational or not, Lisa,
Recreational.
you can't contaminate with feces, you know what I'm saying?
I would think you couldn't.
I mean, you know, if you're talking recreational, I would imagine probably 6 or 7 ducks is about the limit.
Yeah,
Like
have you
chickens
called
or
around
whatever.
some other towns around to see what the Board of Health would say about it? Just a general question. I wouldn't
know-
give specifics about your location, but just get a sense of what other towns would do.
Other towns have limits on how many a property can have, and it's
Yeah.
usually like maybe 6 tops.
Yeah, that's what a lot of
The
it is.
surrounding towns, we're talking Swansea and,
Okay, sir, you gonna make a comment?
I do, Board, good evening, Board.
Are you,
Yes, I will. There was just one thing I
Can
wanted
you
to
just
say.
say
She
your
said-
name?
Oh, yeah, Bobby, can you just give us your name? Yeah.
Ron Slogan, 2125 County Street, Dayton. Besides the 100 ducks, I would like to advise the board or address to the board that that's not the only group of animals on the gentleman's land. It's not just ducks.
yeah, he's got chickens and he's
So
got a
when we talk about
peacock.
So we're,
okay, you know,
we're talking domestic ducks.
Ducks are not the
Yes.
only ones that are running,
Okay.
wild geese.
I guess.
Things like rabbits, fox.
Well, that's what that's what this
So,
gentleman's saying.
they are actually in the livestock business then?
Down there, so you must have saw other animals. Thank you, board. Thank you.
Okay, so they must, that's almost like a livestock business down there then.
I
I
don't
don't know
know
if
if
you
it's
can
a
call
business.
ducks livestock.
I don't know if it's a business or not. I mean,
They claim they're not.
Well,
They've
whether
claimed,
they are or they aren't, there's still restrictions on
I-
the number, the volume.
You know, I would deal with the selectmen as well, because, you know, a thought ran through my head when you were talking about 100 ducks and their fecal matter running off their property onto other people's property. If someone had 3 dogs and those dogs, their fecal matter ran onto someone else's property, they would be held to pay, never mind 100 ducks. You know, I think it's a selectmen's issue, Board of Health issue, maybe even like the Agricultural Commission, like Jack had said.
and I'm concerned too, because if that wetland is being stunted because of the
They're
defamation.
contaminating it.
Yeah.
yes.
Then we do have a concern. So, I mean, last time I drove by there, everything kind of looked brown, like, it didn't look like a healthy,
Okay,
In the springtime, we had so much rain, it was going over Park Street into the river.
okay, all right, can we assume then that you will see the selectmen, the Board of Health, and go to Bristol Aggie to the state, what is that, Department Agricultural?
Yeah, the Department of Agriculture, Jim, I
And,
guess.
okay,
they're under it.
and then let us know your, the results of what you have. Could you do that?
Yes.
Okay, and we will look into if our concerns with them, contaminating wetlands, if that would be in our jurisdiction, you know, Lisa, so if you would even call DEP on that.
Yeah.
And, okay, so we'll see if we can get involved in it, but, you know, as strictly as wetlands, we haven't, but contamination of wetlands, well, maybe we can enter it in that manner.
And it is a DEP map, that wetland is considered a DEP wetland because it's falling in a flood zone and a riverfront.
Yep.
So it is a BVW.
Okay, all right, so,
I believe the coliform is something like 180 times the safety cutoff limit.
It was hot.
Yeah, it's like 10 parts per million, and they measured like 1,800 and something.
1,680 it was.
There you go.
you saw the report.
Yeah. and it was like-
1680, what,
It was just an astronomical
PPBs
number.
or PPMs?
It's right there.
Okay.
Let alone the wildlife.
Can you,
Okay, all right, so we will look into it on our part, but I think it really should be Board of Health, Selectmen, maybe, for regulations as to how many ducks you can have, or how many animals, because I know that there's laws as far as how many dogs you can have, and, they gotta be licensed, certainly ducks, are quite different, but they still do their thing.
That's what I've been asking for, is to have some kind of regulations, how many per property can be,
what-
that's gonna be
If
a
you
limit.
go to a selectmen's meeting, I think they meet, what, every 2 weeks, every week?
Every other Wednesday.
Every other Wednesday, and get yourself in front of the camera to make your, report, so that the people in the town know.
Maximum, and then.
You're doing it here, I don't know how many people we reach. I would assume the selectmen would have a greater reach within town. More people would watch it.
Okay, well, thank you very much,
All right.
because
You're welcome.
Thank you for
everybody
coming.
else is just sorry,
Yes.
we can't help you, so.
I'm sorry?
I believe Lisa has one. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Excuse me, can I say one thing? Yes. I'm looking at this report, and I actually have done a lot of stuff with this company, ESS Laboratory. They should give you a minimum and maximum line of what should be in that area.
What's acceptable and what's not?
Right. And then they should have this in the middle of that, of where you are.
That's what they said, that's what they said.
Yeah, so I actually know the guy who runs this. They should have there's a minimum and maximum of what's accepted.
I think that's the limit on there, isn't it? Isn't it page 2 with the columns?
No. So what happens is on each category, so some of this could be coming from the wetlands, some of this could be coming from the ground. I mean, like fluoride and stuff like that, that's coming from other places. It could be coming from the rocks, the minerals from the rocks.
They do have
It
the
could be coming
the
from everywhere.
detected
So
limit.
they should give you a minimum, maximum,
I remember
and then
seeing-
where that
where
flows.
did I see
So if it was something, an outlying problem, it would shoot over to
Oh,
the
it says
side,
here the limit's
and it would
absent.
say, you are 3 times over
Well, the EPA, it would be the EPA standards.
standard limits. But this lab, that's what they, I mean, I had a factory and, like, I had to send my stuff in every week to have everything tested. So this is.
Any effluents that were leaving the factory, is that what you're talking about?
Everything that's in the
Yeah.
factory, everything. So this
Yeah, that was
report
that
is
number.
not even
1810.
anything. It's not, it doesn't show
But
you
it doesn't
anything.
show
It's
you
not
what.
conclusive
So,
enough.
so
You
if
know,
you went
you know what I mean?
uphill
Effective limits, right?
and you
yeah.
tested the same
It
water,
doesn't say if
you
it's
tested the
contained.
same
It's
stuff,
Is the
would it
limit-
still
is the
have the
limit
same
300?
thing?
Is the
If
limit
you went to the other
1,000?
side of that
We don't
wetland,
know.
because wetland has its
No, this is
own
just a generic
environment,
report.
where it's gonna send out certain kind of chemicals, certain kind of whatever. I mean, so, unless you had a couple of tests, and plus I also had
I used to
a
love
building
this.
where I had.
It's not a very big area.
Right,
Science,
so,
this is
but you
More
have to have apples
samples.
for apples.
More samples. I think the town should be to do
It has
that,
to be
to
apples
be
for
honest
apples.
with you.
can take a sample from,
But he's,
let's say, a half
On
a
the upland
mile,
side.
a half a
upland,
mile one,
lowland.
and then a half a mile this way, and then you need to get a report of what's standard
Yeah,
She-
base,
in that
She
area,
doesn't,
what's acceptable.
she doesn't really need to get that. The town needs to get
Yeah,
that.
the town should do that.
But
The town should be doing that.
She doesn't need to be hassled either by people down there, you know,
Yeah, just make it very clear, don't be on my land.
yeah, you know, and I feel that the town should have some type of protection of
And
just
basically,
an average citizen going down there. I don't know if he has this.
Belgians at one.
What's that?
He doesn't seem to be very, hack friendly, like he was, send this lady down there to have.
Right, no, the onus shouldn't be on you.
No, no, no.
You
completely.
know, my town should at least, like, you made a point, council.
I wouldn't do it on his property.
Well, why not?
I would do it on the surrounding areas.
Like Lisa had mentioned, neighbor town, we should have the sample state.
That
Out of
area,
respect of upsetting somebody, that's all I'm addressing.
that area years ago would dry out in the summertime,
Yep,
and it never dries out anymore.
because ducks create mud, create water, yeah.
E. coli.
They could, yeah.
And the town should be notified, I believe, right on the Dayton website. if it's
People.
not-
Oh, that's a good point too.
Just to address the council.
And when you
I don't
spoke with the
understand
town
the Board of
admin,
Health not
If you remember the case in
everything else.
Johnston, where the guy, you remember the case in Johnston where the guy had about 1,000 pigs? He was a guy who ran the trash trucks, remember him?
Well,
They fought for years and years, this guy had stuff everywhere. Because you can farm and you can have animals, and there's no limit to the amount of animals you can have unless you're in more of a city area, where, like you said, Somerset, you can have 6 ducks, and you can have 5 chickens, and that's a fact. Because this house is, you know, close by and the noise and all that stuff.
well,
But
every,
here,
every
we're-
project's different. We are, every area is
I'd
different.
like to see.
Again, I just would like to
What's
know
that?
how many animals can be put on a piece of property.
I'd like to
This
see.
guy has ducks, geese, goats, you guys have been down there, so.
Yeah.
yeah, there should be a limit.
They have to shut this
Okay,
thing
it's
down and take more samples.
Is it
Okay,
Noah's Ark?
can we get back to our agenda? We still have quite a few things to deal with.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, very good.
Take care.
Please do.
2470 Pleasant Street, Lisa?
Oh, yeah, we're making good headway. Did you guys see the email? Sorry, Jack.
back.
Jack, I want you to get email. Please. I want to communicate better with you. 2470, he did contract Outback, and they provided us with an existing conditions plan. Some of the fill is on the neighbor, and Outback is willing to contact them with that information. So I also will I invited Outback and Mr. Vaught to our next meeting, but I will invite the neighbor as well. So
Okay.
they were asking specific questions. I don't think they need I don't want to make them file an NOI to pull out the fill. We're not making Mr. Enos,
No?
so we'll deal with it in an enforcement matter.
Okay.
But, I do want the neighbor to come, and then do we want them to deal with some invasive plants as mitigation, or do
So-
we want them to pull all the fill out and open it up? So some
Okay,
things to think about.
That's quite positive. Okay, 710 Center Street.
No update.
Okay, 880 Hart. I think that email said a lot.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it'll
I
start
think
next week.
observation is going to tell us if it's being carried out.
Right.
Okay, so that'll be something that will have to be done next week. 1070 Hart,
70 Smith.
170
Smith Street, thank you.
We had that today.
Okay, that's done.
It's not done.
What?
It's not done. But it's in the process.
Okay, 1030 Oak, restoration work is underway.
Underway still, yeah. They-
Okay, 2134 Horton,
Already taken care of?
The restoration is reestablishing, growing in, and I agreed with Glenda to keep that on the agenda until the fall to make sure that it's reestablishing.
Now, I think Country Hill and Somerset Avenue, they're sort of related. Their this cleared to go then?
No, well, 260 Country Hill Drive, Dave and I went back out there this week, cause I had gone a couple weeks ago and noticed, although they said the fill was removed, all of it was not. However, his contractor's done, so whatever's still there, he's gonna have to remove by hand.
He's got somewhat of a plan, though.
Yeah, he's got a
Okay.
plan in his mind, but has a fair bit of erosion and a fair bit of a slope. But I told him if he goes and seeds that right now, it's all stone, it's crushed stone, it's never gonna grow anything. So he has the seed, he has an idea to wait until the fall, to break it out as much as he can, and then throw some loam down, maybe some peat moss. He might transplant some Virginia creeper and some lily of the valley in there to kind of hold that slope. But we're working with him. So that'll happen again in we'll go back out there in September and see how it's
Okay.
looking.
But, you know, the only thing about lily of the valley, it has good roots, but it doesn't stay green all winter.
It's
Whereas
just-
Pachysandra,
Yeah, I love Pakistan.
I know.
Well, in the back, so, you know, it's in the woods. They did plant a whole bunch of evergreens, which is great, as like a buffer to the neighbors, but not to the wetland. I told them to leave the silt fence up, don't pull it down until we've got establishment.
Okay.
At
Lewis
least-
Street?
So, the last I heard from the gentleman was before the last meeting. He was confused as to why we were requesting him to come, but, I have a fair bit of photos if you guys wanted to see them, but there's piles right next to the wetland and in the wetland, so he does need to deal with us. I think if we don't have a response from him by the next meeting about what he's gonna do with those piles, I know he said he would seed, but we need to also deal with the piles. He's flipping the house, so I guess we should, what do you guys wanna do?
You gotta do something quick,
Yeah,
just gonna pass it on to the next person. Once the file's up,
push dirt around. If you guys take a ride by, you go down Lewis Street and then you take a right. What is that street, Dave?
Courtney? Is it Courtney?
I don't know.
I think so.
Does it look like it's from the site itself, like
Yeah.
scraped up?
Definitely.
Is that Smith
Horton
Street
Lane.
or Horton?
No, it's
probably
off the
Loomis
swap
should've
shop.
been back.
Yeah.
You know how you cross William Street and you go into the section?
Wait, did we skip one?
Yeah,
Oh, we skipped one. I'm on Lewis Street.
yeah, okay.
Sorry, guys.
And that goes up
And it
to,
turns-
and that goes all the way up, to where they were gonna build a golf course at one time.
No, totally different.
Hold on, I'll show you. Sorry, I skipped over to 2625 Lewis, and it is the corner of Cortland.
Well, what-
So,
Ian's.
Oh,
2625 Lewis is here, they're doing a lot of work. The wetland is right beyond this barn, right here. They have piles right here, and they pushed in over here.
There's a dumpster still out there too.
Yep,
Stuff.
there's a dumpster, you're right.
okay,
over here.
so,
Yeah.
should a letter go to them?
Yeah, I think we should send him a letter.
Okay, a letter saying that, that fill must be removed, or an enforcement order, will be,
Yep,
you know, I mean, if he's gonna flip the house, you don't want the new owner coming in, you know, like these other people here that were here earlier today. And then they get saddled with it, all the way
Right.
down on Pleasant Street.
Yeah.
exactly.
Take them a couple hours to clean it up, no big deal.
Well, if it's material that they stripped off the land, why can't you put it right back down where it was?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why well, from what I understand from the wetland scientist, he had notified me that, he had told the son they weren't gonna be able to get another lot and to stop, but he had already pushed some dirt around, so I don't know.
So if it's derived from the site,
Yeah,
we
I
should
get,
be able to just
Grade it off.
grade
but I
grade
would
it
rather
off?
have them do that when we're closer to the growing season, say September, October,
Yeah.
cause then they can stabilize it. I don't really want them to push it down right now,
Yeah, it needs stabilized, yeah.
yeah.
Well, but
So-
you say if it's gonna be sold,
I know.
if it gets conveyed, so they'll have to put some sort of silt sock or,
There is a silt sock up.
there is one there?
Yep, we had him do that.
Okay.
He was
Yeah,
here
how
a
much
couple,
would it be to pull it out? I wouldn't take anything.
I don't know how much is involved,
Yeah.
probably not. But
I can show you guys some photos.
if you pull it out, you're still where it's piled, you're still gonna,
Yeah.
deal
You
with
always break
that.
down a power rake it or something.
Do you guys care to see any photos?
Yeah.
Okay,
Cause if it's like 36 yards, 18 yards, you're gonna, that's nothing.
I have so
If
many
it's 200
photos.
yards.
It's
then you
not
have a little
it's
bit
not
of a
200
job.
yards. You're probably more right saying 16, 18 yards.
That's nothing.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
So many photos, sorry guys. Oh yeah, here we are.
Yeah, so I bet if it's only
If
that
you-
amount, you'll ask
if
him,
you
he'll take it
take-
right out.
If you take, like a straw and spread it on the
Lisa,
soil,
I
seed
think we got-
underneath, and then spread straw.
Instead of sending
and
him a
weather
letter,
like
why don't we
this,
call
and-
him?
And irrigate it
No?
properly, won't it grow this time?
I
of
tried
year?
to
Straw will
call
drop
him.
seed.
Yeah, true.
The straw will drop seed.
What I'm saying is,
Yeah.
won't that
He doesn't
keep it
take
damp.
at this time of year, won't the straw protect the soil?
Oh, yeah, it would keep the seed
Sun
from
off it.
burning up.
Yeah,
You wet that, whether it's straw or hay, doesn't make any difference. Hay would probably be better because it'd be more conducive to this area.
Right.
And then all that seed that's in the hay would
No,
drop.
we don't
They
want
could plant
hay.
seed underneath.
No, hey.
Why not?
Hay has reed canary grass and
There's what in it?
invasives, reed canary and,
Okay.
Lisa
who knows?
hates hay.
Oh. That's an old thing, we don't do hay anymore.
Okay, all right.
Sorry.
Well, I'm an old thing.
Yeah. I mean,
How about if it's Canadian hay? That's clean hay.
guys,
All right, are we all set? We're gonna move on.
yes, please,
I
Other
have-
business.
I have to
Well, we
eat.
still have one on there that we skipped, which was Elm Street.
Okay, we
Yeah,
have
Elm Street, right at the bottom.
proposed warrant article for a conservation revolving fund.
Jim, there's one at the bottom of page 2.
2365 Elm Street.
Yeah, thank you. We skipped that one. So that one, I have to be in touch with them. I sent them a copy of the agenda, but I just wanted to double check on where they ended up putting the shed, if they ended up seeding at all. So I will follow up in an email to them.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah, go
All
ahead.
right, other business, the proposed revolving fund. So all this money that we're gonna be collecting would go into a revolving fund for the commission.
Yeah.
Do we have a model for that?
Not yet. The town fiscal year end closeout has been taking all of my bandwidth.
Okay.
But over the between now and next month, I can get some samples.
Okay, and then our next town meeting is when it would be voted on.
Yep, at the special, and then it would undergo MLU review.
Okay.
And then hopefully be live for February.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, so that would be good.
The me-
Minutes for April 17?
I haven't finished reading through them. I made.
You haven't, okay.
No, I have to I haven't had enough time to do that, but, sorry, guys.
Okay, there's a couple items, when I was reading through, in some cases, there was too much dialogue in her report. She could cut back on it and make it easier on herself and just give the,
Summary.
just give the,
Footnotes.
there you go.
Brief synopsis.
Okay, bills payable since last meeting?
Anything need signatures, Lisa?
We don't need signatures on anything but we need to do a reorganization. I don't have the bills with me, but Paul's been signing the bills. Or maybe I didn't pay any since last month, so.
Okay, reorganization,
You willing to be chairman again, Mr. Chairman?
yeah.
I'd like to propose a motion to re-elect Chairman Digits as chairman.
So moved.
I
I
second.
think we're all thrilled about that.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, This will make 50, I think, or more, I don't know.
We're gonna have to give him a golden watch.
Yes.
Actually, Charlie and Bill did 51 or 2 or whatever.
Really?
Okay, signature authorization. Right now, okay, as chair, I would have all the forms to sign, and we voted at one of the meetings to accept Paul as a signatory.
Yeah, the alternate.
The alternate, yeah. And I think that works out very well, that either he or I can sign, because if I'm not around or whatever, and something needs to be done, Paul's right there. And I think it works out very well. So I think we need a motion that either I or Paul can do signings for the commission.
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Can you guys sign that, please?
Stealing the job already, Paul.
Fortunately, they don't pay me by the signature.
Oh, you don't get a commission?
Nope.
Nicholas signature?
Nope, not even for my notary, I don't.
Now, what's the, down here, authorized to sign warrants? That doesn't? You had the arrow up top, so.
Oh, sorry.
Okay,
Oh, then we all just have to print our names at the top, it says.
it says print here.
Oh, yeah, that's authorized to sign payroll if other than the board, so I'll sign as the majority, then we just have to each list our names.
Okay,
at
all
the
right.
top.
Okay, I'll do that up top too. Serpent redlined version of the conservation subdivision bylaw.
We talked about, me and Mr. Digistrak talked about requesting that they come to our next meeting and do a presentation, so we kind of know what's going on. So, I just wanted to let you guys know that. Because I think it would be better to just have them kind of go through it with us at a meeting. Unless you guys wanted to schedule a separate special meeting for that? Up to you.
We need that, do we?
No, let's just do it at a regular meeting.
Regular meeting.
Okay.
So what's up top? Every member on the commission sign that?
Yeah, it's just like a roster.
Okay. Okay, so you have to sign that too then? You have to do it? Okay.
And then I think they just want us to write conservation at the top, at the very top.
Okay, so the next item, under correspondence, are we ready for that?
Yeah, I'm gonna read some
Okay, is
correspondence.
there, anything else under,
Yeah, 1901 Milk Street. We got an email back from the tenant. I just wanted to read it for the record.
okay,
Good morning. After watching the video from June 17th, and that would be the Board of Health meeting, I'd like to address the multiple lies told by the owner. I was unable to attend last night's meeting, but I am more than willing to attend the next one. They stated that the septic has only been a problem for 2 weeks. The photos I left were taken on April 30th. As my phone has the time date stamp on them, I also have photos of the massive hole in the backyard with the hose coming out and into the woods that's dated back to December 13th. I have photos of the backed up sink that is dated January 13th. I have texted messages between the owner and myself about the smoke alarm I purchased because there was none. This was in June of 21. Nothing they told the committee was accurate or truthful, and I can prove that. They have put the community at risk as well as the wildlife, and I don't think they should be allowed to get away with it. I am more than willing to provide evidence if needed, of the gross disregard of nature and human safety as rectified, is if the disregard for nature and human safety is rectified, needed. Okay, so she didn't come to our meeting, but I believe she's gonna come to the next meeting. I did reach out to the owner and ask her to attend tonight, just so we could have an update as to if they have a plan for the septic repair yet.
That's on the agenda for the Board of Health meeting next week.
Okay, great.
That's Tuesday at what time?
Thursday at 2.
Thursday.
That's
Okay.
Thursday, 7/24.
Yep, I'll be at that meeting because they need a notary.
I'll try to be there too. Okay. Public input. I have one thing and Dave has one thing. We have a new volunteer. His name is Andrew, and he's been helping us weekly. And I'm very grateful to have help doing the filing.
Yeah, I met him. He seems very nice.
Yeah.
Thank you, Andrew.
And then Dave has an item. We got today some correspondence from the planning board.
Yes, we have some correspondence. Chairman Cavallo is seeking a scheduled workshop involving the following departments: Town Administrator, Planning Board, Conservation Commission, Board of Health, and the Stormwater Committee, in an attempt to solidify a streamlined procedure of applications received, as well as an update the development flow chart. See attached. At your earliest convenience, kindly provide several available dates, times. If a couple evening times be provided as well, it would be much appreciated. Thank you in advance for all your cooperation. This is coming from the chairman of the planning board. And I just want to give a shout out to Chairman Cavallo, because we've been trying to get all these committees together for a long period of time. And let's hope we can all get together and make things work and be solidified and streamlined. Absolutely.
So just for the sake of throwing something out there, I'll say I'm free any given Wednesday night.
Okay.
Monday nights, I am not.
Okay.
Yeah,
Lisa, just one unrelated thing. On our bylaw, when applications come in, remind these people of their fees from here.
Okay. I try to as much as I can.
Yeah.
So Tuesday, the options, it seems like, would be, from the responses we've gotten so far, most people are available Tuesday the 22nd, Tuesday the 29th, and Wednesday the 30th. I need to look at my schedule at home before I respond. But, because it also depends if it's an evening meeting or a day meeting for me that week.
Would have to be an evening for me.
Yeah.
I have no idea when,
And I don't know if it's gonna be a Zoom
I
meeting.
don't have any idea on Bev's schedule.
Well, Tuesday the 29th, I'm not available. It's my kid's birthday. The 22nd will be off the table already unless they've already posted the meeting.
Yeah.
This is the open meeting
So
law.
Wednesday the 30th maybe? Or the following week?
Wednesday the 30th would work for me. Was that one of their target dates?
Well, just a bunch of people responding.
Well, if it's in the daytime,
I would rather have it be in the daytime. I understand you guys would rather have it be in the evening. That week, that last week of August is gonna be tough for me because my husband's in New Hampshire and I have a dog at home.
Oh, what week did they give in
Really?
August?
They didn't give a week in August yet, it's just people responding, but we can respond with a couple of dates, including a week in August. I mean, I could always bring the dog, she'll just sit on my lap, but
Leave the dog at my house.
she's so cute. You might not wanna give her back.
I got a fence, just stick it right in there.
Anyway, well,
Yeah, you know I'm still not a member, right?
what?
You know-
Associate, put down associate.
Yeah, all right.
Associate.
Because I thought last meeting I was gonna be voted in as a member.
No, you filled in my absence.
Oh,
So
okay.
for that meeting, you were.
Remember, so you
were
can vote,
An
so you
acting
can have a
member.
quorum.
Oh, okay.
But now so just put down associate,
Okay.
and that'll be fine. So whenever there is an absentee, you will fill in by act of the chairman. Okay, does that make sense? So Paul was chairman, acting chairman, and he, put you in my place.
Yeah, okay.
I think I'll just start a
Not
group.
to mention, we had, people that couldn't vote.
Right.
That was the.
Well, that's the whole idea.
Yeah, make sure we have a quorum.
Okay.
So
And-
maybe
and-
we'll
And
just-
actually, I think I would still like to see a second alternate member.
I'll ask Deb if she wants to be,
Who?
my girlfriend, she's mentioned it a couple of times.
Oh, cool.
I'll see if there's any interest.
Yeah, that would be good. All right, are we all set?
I think,
Okay,
I
look
think
for
we're
a
all
motion
set.
for adjournment.
Motion.
Moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we're all set.